going? Everything's just getting set up. I'll prod the discords, etc. Let me know in the chat if we're actually live. Also, let me know how sound balance is, since I had to mess with that thanks to Dark Souls last week. I'm gonna send out a message. Hey chat, how's it going? Okay, fantastic. It looks like I'm actually live. This is great. I've been looking forward to this all week. I'm gonna give it like a minute or two for people to trickle in, then we'll get right to it, because this is a long game, and there is a lot to cover. No, I've honestly been excited for this, like, probably since I stopped last time. It's slightly embarrassing to admit, but immediately after finishing streaming this, I watched Jello play through some of the later chapters of this game. So it was like 10 straight hours of Cold Steel last weekend, which is almost problematically too good a time for me. Little embarrassed about that, but God, I love this game a lot. So, yeah. Without any further ado, I would actually like to immediately hop into what we're doing today. So, my promise is, and it continues to be, before each of these or in each of these, I want to show you something unique to this game or this series that you might not have known otherwise just playing through the game yourself. In the future, we'll be doing, like, read-throughs of some, like, good lore stuff, and we'll be providing background information and side chapters that'll be really fun, but this time I wanted to get a little technical. If you watched last time, you noticed that my boy Reen had an effect on one of his abilities called Delay. Now, last time, I rolled in with probably the most exciting thing in the entire universe, a slideshow. And what beats a slideshow in terms of raw excitement, other than charts? So this is actually a game facts guide that you can go check out yourself. It's the speed delay fact by our Gilliam. Now, speed is interesting in this game. I believe this is just like, it's a translation and expansion of a guide found elsewhere. Yeah. So, you're gonna see a lot of numbers here. I'm gonna touch on all this later, but I just wanted to establish now that we're talking about delay and actually peeling back the surface on a mechanic that the game leaves a little opaque for you guys. So, yeah, if you're interested in hefty RPG mechanics talk, I'm gonna get into it. But there is a more opportune time that will come up actually during play this time, I think, to talk about how delay works. So, yeah, no, I did not make this. It's game facts. Without any further ado, I think we're gonna hop right to it. Let me stop this, swap over to the PS4, and then PS4, and then we'll get to. And you can see the my PS4 display outing that J-Man is currently playing this game too. We've been talking about it damn near non-stop. Once again, let me know if balance is good, everything's synced up, etc., because I have no way of knowing. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for leading with the hypest shit in existence. A chart. Okay, so something new that you're gonna notice is when we booted up the game last time, we only had Reen sitting on the train. Now we have Reen, Elisa, Gaius, and Elliot. As the game progresses and you find out more about these characters, this train will slowly fill up. It's a small detail, but like, yeah, no, cute stuff like this, I think, adds a lot to the title. So, where we last left off, we were riding a train with all of our pals, and we were just handed a pack of playing cards, more or less, to do something with them. But yeah, we're gonna catch up because I think this functionally works as a good reminder if you haven't thought about Trails of Cold Steel at all since last week. So yeah, we're gonna talk to Elisa. When I came to the academy, I never thought I'd find myself visiting the Grand Market of Keldic as part of my studies. I've read about it before, but this will be my first time seeing the place in person. Oh, really? Well, field study or no, then, I guess it's still something to look forward to. Is there anything in particular you're hoping to see there? The gems and furs from Breyhard, maybe? They say some of the highest quality goods produced by Breyhard's artisans are sold at the Grand Market. That sounds like it'd be worth seeing for sure, though somehow I doubt we'll be able to afford anything there. Still, if we get the chance, we should go and check it out together while we're in town. That sounds like fun. Yeah, no. Rena and Elisa are on much better terms now. Thank God. Also, Caminator, thank you for the bits. That's wonderful. Then we're gonna talk to Elliot. Hey, almost forgot I had these. I just picked them up on a whim a little while ago. Elliot handed out a pack of Blade cards. Oh, you have a pack too? I just got a set of my own from the pawn shop in Trista. Really? That's perfect then. How about we play a few hands? Seems like we've got some time to kill before we arrive. You know the rules? Yeah, they're not that complicated, so I don't think anyone here will have any trouble picking it up. Sounds like a good way to pass the time to me. Indeed, it seems like it could be an enjoyable diversion. Alright, let's give it a try then. When traveling by train, you can play the card game Blade with other members of your group to strengthen your bonds with them. Only the first match with each opponent will increase your bond with that person, but this will occur whether you win or lose. So, yeah, no, they added a fun little card minigame, and when I say fun little card minigame, this is not me through gritted teeth saying, yeah, it's fun, like a triple triad, which I'm not super a big fan of, despite being a pretty big Final Fantasy fan. Blade's fine. It gets the job done, you get free points, and it is literally just like win or lose. You get your friend buffs. So yeah, we're gonna do that at the end. We're gonna talk to Laura. I do wonder what precisely these field study trips will involve. I can't even fathom a guess. Likewise, the weirdest part for me is the divide between Group A and B. Why were we split up and sent off to different places? And most bizarrely of all, why were Machias and Eustace placed in the same group? It's like they were just asking for trouble. It does seem quite illogical. I can only assume there's a hidden purpose to these trips beyond what we've been told. Perhaps multiple purposes requiring multiple groups to fulfill. Yeah, that's my best guess too. There has to be something going on behind the scenes here. Which is why I wanted to ask Instructor Sarah a few more questions, but, well... I don't think she'll be doing much answering. Perhaps she fell asleep deliberately to avoid addressing such concerns. Our instructor is quite the formidable opponent. That's one way to describe her. Guess we're gonna have to work out the meaning of these field study trips on our own. And then you can talk to Sarah. She really is fast asleep. Out like a baby. I've never even seen a child fall asleep quite as quickly as that. I know I sure couldn't. Must have a natural talent for sleeping. Well, let's not disturb her. Okay, so we're gonna play Blade. First things first, let's challenge Elliot. He gave us the deck.
Go easy on me, okay?
So Blade is extremely simple. I got a handful of a bunch of special cards.
Draw.
That's
Looks
about
like
it.
you're up first.
So, wow. Blade, you have two different types of cards. You've got cards with numbers on them, and you've got cards with no numbers that have special powers. Mirror trades hands with the enemy, or not hands, trades fields with the enemy. Bolt annihilates the card on top of the enemy, and each number adds to your total. Your goal is just to have the highest number at the end. You take turns playing cards, that's it. These ones restore any card that's bolted, but otherwise function as a 1. That's Blade. So, that's a 7. That's a high value card. I'm gonna bolt it.
I didn't see that coming.
And, oh my god, Elliot's got a really good hand. So I'm gonna play R5, get up above him. The trick is always to try to stay 1 above. So, Elliot, like, basically it's just a game of value. Just see what you're nuking. Like, do you value this 4 or your bolt more? And I'm gonna say I value the bolt a little bit more. So I'm gonna use the 4, and we can use our 1s to actually restore our 4s, because Elliot apparently is packing a metric lightning storm of bolts. Swap back and forth now.
You're playing that now?
Yeah, no, Blade's a pretty good time, actually. Yeah, let's mirror. That
Really?
seems
You're
like
playing
fun.
that now?
And there's a 5.
Didn't see that coming.
Yeah, no. It's a pretty good game. It's ultimately luck of the draw if the person on the other end gets a bunch of high cards.
Let's get started.
Stupid Savant just subbed. Thank you so much. So this time,
on,
we are
draw
the
a card.
one with the bunch of high
like I'm going
cards.
first.
Yeah, let's just do that. 5. I'm feeling we can top that. Exciting. I think a mirror's
What?
worth a
You
5.
can't do that. Bolt.
Oh boy, the excitement never ends. No, Blade's like...
Bolt.
Blade's a reasonably good time. I think there is actually a decent amount of strategy that I'm not
Now you've done it.
incredibly aware of. But, yeah, no, I think
can't do
it
that.
functions pretty well.
One more game.
It's like, it's an entertaining distraction between these, points, and you getting free bond for it is... I don't know.
Let us begin our duel.
It gives you a reason to. Like, I sort of struggle with, say, collectible card games, like Gwent is one of them.
Please draw a card. The first move is
Unless
yours.
there is a really, really obvious advantage to it.
Well played.
And I think this actually provides that. I'm just gonna... I don't really want to have you guys sit and watch Blade the entire time, so I'm actually probably gonna bomb the next 2 matches on purpose, just so we can move on with our lives. Alright. Instructor Sarah's asleep. So, another thing, and this is a very important thing about Blade, maybe the most important thing about Blade, it can crash your game, save a lot when you're doing it. And with that, we're good to go. Wow. I love this song. Oh my god. It's beautiful. What a spectacular view. The rye planted last fall seems almost ready for harvesting. Now? I thought rye could only be harvested in the fall. Well, the soil in this area is supposed to be extra fertile due to the warmer climate, so things are a little different here. The view really is amazing, though. It looks like something out of a painting.
The Ministry of Railways wishes to thank all passengers for their patronage. This transcontinental train is bound for Crossbell. The next stop is Keldick. Keldick. Passengers traveling to Bereahard. Please change trains at this stop.
Almost there. Guess I should wake Instructor Sarah. Now, Crossbell, if you follow this train line, is the neutral nation that you'll eventually get to, and we'll talk about Crossbell someday. It's one of my favorite spots. So I've got a funny story, actually, about what's coming up next. I actually, after the last stream, left my PS4 on, and I believe it was on overnight, and I played some other games. And the inputs carried me to a very specific point in this game that I will share with you because it seems impossible. We're gonna find out together how impossible it is. Yeah, Celtic has a really cute classic style, like farmer's market looking thing.
Wow, so this is Celtic.
It seems like a really relaxing little town, though there are a lot more people here than I expected.
I imagine they've come for the Grand Market. Even merchants from other countries regularly come to see it.
Sounds like this place is as popular with the tourists as the capital then, but for a whole different set of reasons.
Keldic's also widely renowned for their local beer, which they make using rye. But you're all still minors, so I'm the only one here who gets to drink it.
Are you trying to make us jealous?
We don't really care, you know.
Anyway, let me show you to the inn. It's, right over there.
Okay, let's go.
Valiant attempt. That's a nice little town. Be a shame if there was some snakes in here.
Well, well, I hadn't expected to see the Purple Lightning herself in such a quaint little town. And the chicks with her seem like an interesting lot, too. Ah, no time for that now. I have more pressing matters to attend to.
God. That person is a problem. To anyone who's played Trails in the Sky, hello. Well, if it isn't Sarah, what are you doing here? I knew the kids were coming, but I didn't think you'd be coming with them. Oh, I just figured I'd help them get settled in before I left. And there they are, my lovely students. Well, now, aren't they a youthful-looking bunch? It's a pleasure to meet you. We're first-year students from Thor's Military Academy, Class 7. I'm Reen. I'm Elisa. Thank you for putting us up. Pleasure's all mine, I assure you. I'm Margot, the owner of this humble establishment. Sarah here is taking care of all your arrangements. Come, I'll show you to your room. Thank you, ma'am. Much obliged. I'll leave you to it then. Louise, can I get some beer and snacks? I'll bring them right over. You do know it's not even noon though, right? This is the room you're all going to be staying in tonight. Wait, we're all? Yeah, this is... More than enough space for our needs. Thank you very much. But there are 4 beds, which means... Are you suggesting we sleep in the same room as the boys? I had my doubts about that too, but Sarah insisted, so that was that. I broke the beds into groups of 2 to leave things less awkward, but that was about the best I could manage. This is gonna be a problem. I don't have any problem with it personally, but I can't imagine the girls will be quite as accepting. Elisa, I don't believe we have a choice here. We are military students. We mustn't allow the prospect of mixed-gender accommodations to phase us. I know that, but in the Army, women share rooms with men. It's a fact of life born of necessity. You need to adjust to this reality sooner or later, and this does seem like a perfect opportunity. Okay, I get it. But if either of you 2 comes anywhere near our beds, I wouldn't dream of it. Likewise. I wasn't talking about you, Elliot. I was referring to a certain someone else who... Let Reen live. Just let him live, please. Let him live his life. I thought she'd gotten over that. Guess not. Anyway, your room's all sorted. Let me give you this. Received. Field Study Envelope April. Isn't that our Academy's emblem? Does this contain the details of our assignment here? That's what I've been told, yes. Well, if you need anything during your stay, you just let me know. For now, I'll leave you to get settled in. Alright, shall we have a look inside? Yeah. Okay, let's see what we've got. Field Study Day 1 assigned tasks. So you'll notice that this is actually very similar to how the student council tasks were presented to us. You've got red for stuff that's required, and blue for stuff that you can optionally do. Now, in earlier games in the series, optional quests were they'd be basically posted on a board and you'd go up to them. I think this game is a little better about letting you know where the optional quests are, what they are, and letting you know when something will advance the time of day, locking them out. You're gonna see when we do the earlier ones. You gotta really keep an eye out. You've still gotta keep an eye out here, but a little less so. Is Celtic Highway Monster. I love this one. A dangerous monster has appeared near the highway and is making it very difficult for us to harvest our crops. Could someone please help us? Monster. Scary dinosaur! Sorry, I can't get over the fact of just casually penning this letter. Ah yes, I've run into trouble on the East Highway. There's a monster that's making it difficult to move our crops. It's a dinosaur! Help! It's scary! I don't know why that cracks me up, but any bright ideas? I need someone to replace a malfunctioning ornament light in a road lamp for me. For more details, see me at Odvin's Arms and Orbal Factory. Meant for the common cold. Father Zerbel. I've run out of some of the ingredients I need to make a particular medicine. I would very much appreciate it if someone would procure more for me. Speak to me in the church for more details. Study area is defined as 200 Selgay radius around Celtic. It's an alternate measurement system in this world. You'll see a lot of that. Each student must record his or her activities daily to be remitted to the instructor upon request. So they also gotta write reports. So this is our field study? Looks just like a list of menial tasks to me. This is there is a monster elimination request at least, but that's the most we have. Laura's excited about meeting the scary dinosaur. I see, so that's our angle. Excuse me? You figure something out? Oh no, it's nothing. We should go and talk this over with Instructor Sarah. She probably stuck around specifically to answer any questions we might have. You may be right. And while we're at it, can we grill her about this communal room she signed us up for too? I mean, Laura did raise a very good point. Like, Elisa, come on. Okay, Sarah, how you doing?
Nothing hits the spot quite like a cold beer.
She looks like she's having the time of her life.
How many pints has she downed already? It's not even noon.
Oh, you kids are still here? I'll just be hanging back and enjoying myself. So go on ahead and get started. Don't mind me.
We have questions for you, though. What's with these field study tasks?
I'm glad they're not as difficult as I was expecting, but they're just so...
Well, it makes sense you'd have some doubts. You only need to do the ones it says are required, though. Feel free to just ignore the rest if you want. I don't care.
I love that read so much.
Up to you how much or how little you want to do.
Stop being so irresponsible and...
Wait. These kinds of decisions are as much a part of our field study as the tasks themselves.
Oh, what?
What do you mean?
You have 2 days. Trista isn't far from here, so you'll be returning to the academy tomorrow evening. Until then, you can spend your time here however the four of you see fit. Every decision rests on your shoulders. I won't be forcing you to do a thing.
Yeah, I'll shut up during Sarah's lines, probably universally, because I think she has the best delivery in this game. You have this look in your eyes like you've pieced something together. Well, does this relate in some way to our free day this past week? Specifically, to your activities during that time? Oh, yeah, now that you mention it, exactly. I spent this past free day doing various tasks on behalf of the student council, and while one of them did involve going back into that old schoolhouse, the rest were just simple requests for assistance from the locals. In other words, exactly the sort of thing we've been asked to do here. And by the time I'd taken care of everything, I felt like I'd learned a lot about Trista and the Academy, so I think we've been given similar tasks here for a similar reason. That would definitely make sense. I mean, all I know about Celtic is what I've read. There's probably a lot we can learn by actually coming here and helping people out like this. Indeed, the land of Arabonia is quite vast. this may be an invaluable opportunity to gather local knowledge of a place we may have otherwise never visited. Exactly. So, whatever various and sundry things Instructor Sarah may have planned for us, I say we just work our way down the list while immersing ourselves in Celtic culture, taking in as much as we can. Sounds good to me. Count me in. This actually sounds pretty exciting when you put it that way. Shall we depart then? So, welcome to Setting Building the video game. During field study periods, the party is assigned a variety of tasks to complete, much like on Reen's free days. Details of these tasks can be confirmed via the quest tab of the notebook. When all tasks with a required mark have been completed, the story will advance. Note, however, that any quests listed with a short time limit will become invalid when this happens. Yeah, so Reen's pretty right. He did put it together that the main purpose, like a lot like how we helped George with delivering all the stuff he'd repaired, these tasks are meant to make us more familiar with the country of Erebonia as a whole. So, like, what appears to you to be a simple, scary dinosaur excursion is actually getting you more acquainted with the culture and the land. I think it's an interesting concept. Okay, so we're going to this is the weapon shop. So you don't really need to buy weapons. Not right now at least. But they can help a lot, obviously, especially when the upgrade ranges, like, when the upgrade ranges between, like, 30 and 50, you will get a huge benefit from each weapon. Like, if it's a smaller upgrade, you don't feel like you gotta. Without spoiling too much, this game is pretty good about keeping your group equipped, even if you don't stay on top of it. But there's something interesting you'll notice about each of these weapons. They have a strength total down there, and then a range total. Now, it's weird to see a sword with a range on it, but that is because Laura's sword is so comically huge, it is nearly a spear and can hit people from an invisible grid of 2 away. Because despite the game being a free-roaming thing, there is a grid that's being drawn invisibly by the game down, and range uses the size of that, is the best way that I can explain it. So you'll see that Reen is a maximum short-range boy. His range is +1. That is, I believe, as low as it gets. Elisa, on the other hand, has a range of 6. She's got a bow. She can shoot people from a pretty far distance. Elliot's sort of in the middle with his cane. And then Laura's basically a frontline fighter, but her sword's a little longer, so she gets an advantage. Now, range is more relevant than you might think in regards to one of the game's mechanics. I don't know if I'll remember to talk about it then, so whenever an enemy misses you in this game, you will perform a counterattack. Or, if you can, you'll perform a counterattack. And that's a big deal, because the enemy needs to be within your range. So Reen has a very short sword, but a lot of enemies have big wiggly limbs that they slap them with. And if they miss and Reen tries to counter and he can't actually reach them, that's a counterattack wasted. So characters like Gaius, especially Gaius because he starts battle with the insight status, are awesome at countering people. Welcome, this is the shop's Orbital Factory. Oh, you wouldn't happen to be students from Thor's, would you? That's correct, we're here in regards to your request. It involved replacing the orbment light in the road lamp on the highway, right? Could we ask for the details? Sure, let's get right to it. As you read, one of the road lamps on the western highway stopped working the other day. I think the cause of it is the orbment light inside it breaking. So basically, I want you all to go and switch the broken orbment light for a new one. Speaking of which, here you go. So all that's required of us is to replace the broken one with this then? Yep, that's about the size of it. So where exactly on the western highway is it? Once you're on the highway, keep heading north until you see a place called Lunaria Nature Park. There's a windmill in front of it that you can't miss. The lamp's near there. Make sure you check the maintenance panel to be sure that it's the right one. It'll have BO2 written on it. Near the windmill in front of the nature park. Understood. Is it safe to leave such work in our hands? I believe none of us have any experience related to this. Don't worry, pretty much anyone can do it. All you're doing is taking the light out and putting a new one in. Simple. I guess the most difficult thing about it is remembering the code to unlock it, but you can just write that down. There's a code? Yeah, you need to input it so you can open the maintenance panel. Let's see here. The code for BO2s is 466515. 466515. Got it. Oh yeah, almost forgot to mention. The light from the road lamps actually repels monsters. So in other words, the place where there's no light, they're much more likely to appear. So keep an eye out when you're replacing it. The last thing you want is to be caught off guard by monsters. I see. Thanks for the warning. That's pretty much it then. Would you mind heading out to do it now? Leave it to us. Let's go then. So yeah, orbital lights. Highways are dotted with orbital lights, and the orbital lights are not just street lamps to keep the highways safe from you, say, veering off into the great wilderness. They actually keep monsters away. Small detail, I like it. So we're gonna talk to this guy because we're gonna talk about Orbment really quick. So our Arcus units are mostly still sealed up. Oh man, I'm a little short on time, so time sepith, so I can't open anybody else's, but you'll notice that, each of the characters that we've got have different quartz affinities again. So, Elisa she is fire and she is space, which is interesting, and she comes default with Heat Wave, which is, it's an area attack, small, burn 30%. Her Master Quartz, however, oh man, I love this. Angel. Ability, automatically recover from a KO. Recover 10% HP, CP plus 10, activates once per battle. At level 1, this is an ability for Elisa to hang on barely, which is important because let's look at Elisa's health. And more specifically, her health versus her defensive stats. Yeah, so Elisa's arts defense is pretty good, but her health is low and she doesn't get much tankier over the course of the game. Reen's not the defensive powerhouse, but he already makes her look fragile. She kinda needs this Angel Quartz. It complements her and her kit very well. And then finally, we're gonna take a look at Laura. So her quartz are fire and water, which that's okay. That's fine. But let's take a look at what Brave does. Begin battle with strength raised. 1 turn of strength plus 25%. And look at that strength stat. So, earlier in the game, everyone was talking about how Laura could strangle you with her bare hands. She could kill you with a look. She is muscly enough to do that, and her Master Quartz more or less guarantees it. Now, I'm not gonna get too spicy with the builds in this game. I've done a lot of gimmick builds, and there will be a session dedicated to gimmick builds, believe you me. But, the first thing I always do when I'm playing is I actually trade, whenever I don't have access to Laura, I always trade Brave to, like, Reen or another party member, because a few turns of strength up is so useful in a game where you can end most random encounters in your first few turns. Especially using a certain ability that Laura has that no other character has right now. I'll give you a preview and then we'll discuss it when we get to it. Laura has, you see everybody has this little C under craft? Laura has an S. Wonder what that means. I just did pick up one of the necessary quests because I wanted to talk to the orb guy. But yeah, I'm actually gonna stop and do an optional quest first because it's probably it's good etiquette to do all the optional shit and then all the required shit. There's also like a few things to buy in town. But yeah, no, there's like we're gonna start with this. And I don't think I'll be reading all of the dialogue for all the quests, more or less, because there are simply too many. Father here needs us to basically get replacement ingredients for some medicine. It's really simple. Yeah, no, like, this game is good about world building. Not every quest, I think, will have the most relevant text in the universe, because we will be here for the next 5 years if I read it all. So, I'll try to stick to the quests that I think are extremely relevant, and as a rule, I will try to read all of the Thor's Academy quests, unless it is one I particularly don't like. Thank you for your understanding. So, we're going to the Grand Market. Wow, look at all the people here. Yeah, it really is bustling. Guess there's a reason people come from all over to visit it. Look over there, there's even someone performing. I could see myself spending hours here. I see no harm in taking this opportunity to shop, as long as it's done in the process of completing our field study tasks. Yeah, it would be a waste of time not to see what the town has to offer. Guess we'll just have to make sure not to get carried away. So yeah, there's a lot of shops in Keldic.
Wow, check out all these stalls.
I love this cute little, like, I dig that, instantly Elliot is drawn to the guy playing the violin. The wind did blow across my face. It soothed my sorrow with its warm embrace. I've never heard a song like this before. I like it, though. It sounds almost like an improvised ballad. Elliot begins to sing. Oh, hello there. Are you perhaps interested in my music, perhaps? Haha, sorry about that. I didn't mean to bother you. Worry not, for you seem to be someone who is smiled upon by music, much like myself. We create beautiful melodies simply by walking. Our singing causes tears of joy, and we summon birds through mere whistles. I assure you, I assume these experiences are common for you. I think that's a little bit of a stretch. He's an odd one, to say the least. I'm guessing he's a traveling performer. Yeah, you'll see more of this guy. It's cute to try to keep track of NPCs in this game. So, green quest marker means side quest. Simple. Welcome. Anything specific you're looking for? This must be the store that Father Zerbal mentioned. Actually, we're on behalf of Father Zerbal. He asked us to come here to collect a bear claw from you. Yeah, so we're running around and collecting, yeah, we're running around and collecting ingredients. We gotta hit up West Highway, which is coincidentally the area that, our field study is taking us to. So we're not going to go fight the scary dinosaur quite yet. Oh, will it not let us pass quite yet? Sorry, I had to warm up. Who might you be? I don't recall seeing any of you around here before. Do you have some form of identification? Soldiers, wait, I think I recognize those uniforms. We're students from Thor's Military Academy. We're currently visiting Keldic as part of a field study. Thors! You mean the Thors? Now that you mention it, I do recognize the emblem. My apologies for any rudeness. We're members of the Kreutzen Provincial Army. Our main duty is to keep the peace in Keldic. Provincial Army, isn't that? Yeah, they're the military forces operated by the ruling lord of each province, charged with maintaining security. They function as a secondary unit, separate from the formal Imperial Army. I've never heard of any field study program at Thors. Seems a little early in the year for something like that, too. But many graduates of your academy currently serve within our ranks. So, you be sure to uphold the academy's good name. Don't do anything you shouldn't. Thank you very much. We'll be sure not to let you down. I'm glad to hear it. Take care now, and keep your noses clean. We will. This concludes our patrol. Back to the guardhouses, men. Yes, sir. Man, he was scary, really? If they're from the Kreutzen Provincial Army, doesn't that mean they're ruled by... Yeah, Eustace's family, the Albareas. Keldic is in the northern part of their territory, after all. I think it would be best for us to keep out of their way. We should return to the task at hand. So yeah, we're heading to West Celtic Highway. Now, I'm gonna save my game. There's something I want to show you guys. For anyone who's played this game before, you'll know that there is an enemy in this zone that is particularly dangerous, despite
All these
completely not
windmills
looking like it.
sure make the town
And it's
feel
these
pretty
goddamn
laid back.
bees. So I'm actually gonna get
The
one
scenery is
pissed at me, and I'm gonna turn around and let it free attack me, just to show you what can happen. Hopefully we get more than one of them. Yep, here we go. AoE attack, poison. AoE attack, poison. AoE attack, poison. Everyone's dead. Listen, don't mess with the bees. I'm not even joking. Oh boy. Yeah, don't let that happen to you. It's bad. I think it's hysterical how comparatively nuts those bees are. So I like to show it off just because, ooh, bees, bad news. And this will also show you the value in this game of attacking with advantage.
Now's our chance. Let's get
Don't get poisoned, it's bad,
Here we
listen.
go. There.
Yeah, no, that happened to me. I'm like, did I just get wiped by a group of dragonflies? Like, why? No, these guys are like, okay. So I've been hyping up Laura. The game's been hyping up Laura. I believe the game will do that automatically. There is a reason why Laura is considered so strong. So let's look at this guy's health bar. Yeah, let's walk over and whack at this guy. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. Doesn't exist. That's fine.
My turn.
While she can currently only hit one target, Laura's
Okay.
not
safe for
bad,
now.
to say the least. So yeah, you see the difference between attacking first and not. Getting attacked first is rather bad in this game. You will die. Like, I kinda dig how, I dig how, like, necessary, frickin', like, I wouldn't call it tactics, but, like, awareness of the battlefield is. Now, this guy has a hard shell, so you'll notice that this ain't doing crap.
Right.
But let's bring out somebody with something that could, say, break a hard shell and whack it, and there we go. You get your triple advantage.
Go. There.
Yeah, think about who you're attacking with what weapon, and yeah, you'll see that Reen is basically dealing no damage. That's because his weapon type is not actually suited for fighting these things.
Let's go.
While Elliot over here hits for normal damage because his weapon type is magic. Now, let me walk up to this death cargo and hit it with Laura. And Laura's special because her attack technically also counts as a blunt instrument because it is so big and stupid large. Meanwhile, let's show Reen's big damage. Remember, Laura just hit for about 200 and some change. 34. Still enough to finish the enemy, but yeah. Unfortunately, Reen's not in the best shape to fight these things.
Evil will fall before my blade.
And the sword's gone. Oh yeah, thank you for pointing out that my links are inactive. There's a fight coming up that will be
I've got
rather
this.
relevant
I can do
in.
this.
Let's take a look at everyone. There's more angry bees right to our side. It's probably fine. Okay. Looks like we're not getting past here while that thing's around. I don't think it'll go down without a fight. No doubt, and I'm pretty sure it's not going to let us sneak up on it from behind. That does pose a problem then. We're left with no choice but to overwhelm it through sheer force. Laura is able to use an S-Craft, which is a more powerful sort of craft. S-Crafts require over 100 CP and can be used at any time, irrespective of battle order, by consuming all of the user's remaining CP. Okay, so
Well, shall we begin?
the game wants us to use an S-Craft. S-Crafts are powerful combat techniques that consume all of your CP. At least 100 CP is required to use an S-Craft. And their strength is boosted if you use it at 200 CP. So, yeah, you want to use it at 100 or 200, using it at 130 does dump some SP. Or CP for no point. The important thing is S-breaks let you act out of order in the game's turn order. So, I'm gonna delay these 3 dogs. Let's link up with Laura. You're the star of this show. So I'm gonna try to delay these 3 dogs. If you see them immediately under Reen's icon, the 2 underneath, I am adding delay to their total, which should bump them down below Elliot. Just look very, very closely at the turn order right now. So Reen's gonna walk up. He's gonna do this. He's gonna do the slicey slice. And now those 2 dogs have dropped in the turn order, but now Laura's here. That's because I held the triangle button, and I am having her basically interrupt. She's hopping in right now, so she can just... This is extreme amounts of overkill. But you know, this is Trails of Cold Steel. We like overkill, actually. You will see that that dealt 3,000 damage! Yeah, a little bit of a gap. That's a lot of damage. Yeah, no, Reen Reen did not have to necessarily delay those people to start, but you know, whatever. So we managed to put one of the dogs to sleep, and that's for everyone who hits 100 CP. But wait, hold on. Let me go to Elisa. Doesn't have anything under S-Craft. That's right. Laura right now is the only character with an S-Craft.
Turn to freeze.
She is so strong and cool that she gets one before everybody else. So let's just set that on fire. And you'll see that Reen just got mauled and the attack missed.
Here we go.
Reen might have been able to counterattack it, but you'll see Reen's range is very short. So you'll never quite know if like you're getting screwed by your attack range for counters. Yeah, let's slice these guys. I think even waking that guy up won't be a big deal.
Now's our chance.
An opening.
And Laura comes in and there we go. Now I'm gonna link these 2 up. Yeah, so those are S-Crafts. They're simple. They're really important for like sort of controlling the flow of battle. There is a cool like tactical element that I enjoy to them a lot. You only got Firebolt, but you'll see that Zero Arts is up right now. Zero Arts is really good. It makes your arts cast instant and cost nothing. So Reen will just instant Firebolt. That's it. Boom, immediate. And then this should probably be finished next time, but might as well whack that one. If you get Zero Arts on the cast, on the spell completing rather than the initial cast, it actually, I don't believe it benefits you, but I could be mistaken. And there you go, there's S-Crafts. Amazing. Laura really is the strongest student in our year, huh? Our Sade-style combat is even more impressive in person than I'd imagined. I appreciate the compliment, but I still have a long way to go before I'm fully proficient in this technique. I'm still level 7 after all. I'm also quite confident the rest of you are fully capable of... What's wrong? Oh, it's nothing. Still, we have much work to do. Come, we should be moving. You're right. About S-Crafts and S-Breaks. S-Crafts are special crafts which deal... Yeah, we got this. Yeah, they can't unbalance, which is interesting. Yeah, so even if you get a critical effect on your turn, an auto unbalance, your S-Craft will not do any unbalancing, so yeah, you need to decide whether the big damage is worth not unbalancing someone, which in most cases it is, but sometimes your strategy will want you to actually instead unbalance the target rather than crit, because you get some perks later for unbalancing. Lenoic, thank you so much for the sub! So yeah, Elisa's really fun to play on the world map because she is really good at getting triple advantage against like all these flying enemies in this chapter. Oh, these tiny little bastards. Camera, help me out here. Damn it. They are adorable. Let's see if we can get the 7-10 split on these birds. Yes. I like how deliberately they're arranged so that you can exactly get all of them.
There!
It's my turn.
And, Elisa, you still got that golden sphere. Don't know why I keep wanting to call Elliot Harold, and I'm sorry, Elliot, you don't deserve that. Deserve me calling you your proper name. Now, you'll notice that she has her big strength up buff right now. That means probably whoever she looks at will die. Let's, oh yes, little guy. Let's go after this angry, tomato. The acerbic Tomartian. I never noticed that name before. You are lovely. But it's so small it evades easily. Yeah, no, don't physical attack those things. Magic. I love those little guys so much.
Here we go.
So, yeah, every character more or less has their unique specialty in combat. Loris is hitting things with the biggest sword that you have seen in your life. Reens is delaying folks. Elliot's is providing support, and this early in the game, actually dealing some pretty damn solid damage, too, in the process.
Is that a treasure chest?
Aquableed. So, you'll notice, and then Elisa's role we'll get into. You're gonna see it in a bit, it's really good. So, Aquableed special. Take a look at this action and this attack quartz. It's, the graphic for it is just a normal circle. It's sort of like ruddy, clouded, opaque, almost like a pearl. If you take a look, we have Soul Blur, which has a little, almost like a cross mark in it. Information, which has a little cross mark in it. And Aquableed, which has like a little shine. That indicates that this is a rare quartz, and in addition to providing whatever ability it grants, it also grants a stat boost. So, basically it lets you double down. So, this attack up quartz provides plus 10 strength, simple, but it doesn't provide a spell also. But if you take a look at, say, information, it gives us the analyze art and also plus 3 strength. So yeah, rare quartz are good. Yeah, we're probably gonna wait to unlock some stuff, but let's give you, I think you have Aquableed already, actually. Getting you a little bit extra speed is probably good. You got this one open, Elisa. Let's toss you the arts up. Let's give you the ability to heal. That seems good. I'm gonna take that back very soon, and you'll see why. But yeah, for the sake of this game, at least, I'm going to probably be sticking to what I think the game wants you to do with each character. So, it'll probably be late game that we start to see the more wacky builds. And I'm gonna try to dedicate an entire session just to trying out, like, really funny stuff, because, oh my god, you can go nuts with character builds in this. But, like, I'm gonna try to keep it true to their character, at least for now, and then we'll have fun with that later, because gimmick builds are so fun. But, yeah, and a lot of times they can, tend to diminish or hide what the character otherwise does. So it'll be a bit before you see our 100% dodge build. Oh my god, but you'll get a kick out of it when we get there. And I'd actually love to hear about any other crazy gimmick builds you guys have come up with, because You can go nuts with this game. It's supposed to be near the windmill in front of the nature park, right? This light doesn't appear to be working, which means it's probably the one Samus was referring to. Probably. Let's check the number on it. BO2. Yeah, this is the one. Alright, now then we must enter the code after taking care of our uninvited guests. What? Monsters. There sure are a lot of them. Guess those lights really work. We need to change that thing quick. Reen, can we entrust the task itself to you? Sure thing. The rest of you keep the monsters at bay while I ask chat for the code. I mean, while I look for I'm gonna do it. You can count on us. Okay, chat. Pop quiz. What's the code? I'm joking. I know it. Don't worry. I'm not gonna do you like that. That'd be awful. If you get the code, congrats! You get a free bonus stream AP. Congrats! If you get it all at the end, you'd get a prize. What do I got? Got like a water bottle. Yeah. So yeah. It's option number 3. And there you go. Thank you so much for your help. Looks like things have finally calmed down. Thankfully, hard to believe how much of a difference those things make. You got it done in record time, Reen. Yes, I was expecting the process to take much longer. Well, it was a pretty simple procedure, since I wasn't being harangued by monsters the whole time anyway. Still, good job. And I guess that's a wrap. Yeah, we just need to go report back to Samus. Yeah, so, simple quest. But that's not all we need to do out here. I believe we need to go into a farmhouse up in the... Is this one? Yeah, it's this one.
Is this a farmhouse?
Yes. Yes. Excuse me, would you happen to be Paul? That's right. Here's the stuff. Yeah, no, we're going around and gathering material components. Yeah, not too bad. Other than that, there's a few chests here. I'm not gonna be collecting every chest because
Here we go.
good God, in the earlier games of in the earlier Trails games, I'll go get this chest over here. Elisa, please. There's a little bit of like auto lock when you're going at enemies. I'll show you guys on this chest.
Here we go.
Oh, I can actually do a thing here. So, I'm gonna walk up and, why not, slice the death cargo. Watch Laura's CP bar very closely.
Now.
Yay! So these things are vulnerable to pierce. But, yeah. If you look at Laura's CP bar, good job.
My turn.
She can walk up, strike the enemy.
Now.
Oh, damn.
My turn.
My math was off. Oh no. She's only at 98. I thought she'd get to 100 and then I could immediately S-break. That's not a big deal at all. Yeah, basically, like, long story short, if you want to take double turns, more or less, you can. If you time your attacks well, basically, like, you can really just blow up enemies before they get a chance to do anything. Okay, here we go. This is Elisa's job. Blessed Arrow. Recovery. Set. Area small. Heal small. CP plus 40. What the
Not bad.
fuck? In what universe is that okay?
My turn.
It's my turn.
Is that a treasure chest?
Now, I'm going to show you why this is nuts.
I will
We're just
call
going to get into a
challenges.
normal battle with these
Here we
guys. Reen's going to walk up and he's going to do his normal slice. And yeah, that drops his AP a bit. Let's just do me a favor. Oh man, everybody's full up. Yeah, let's have Laura interrupt, blow them all up. We're gonna do this next fight.
You still have a lot of
I need
training to
I
do.
need to show you how silly Blessed Arrow is. And also, coincidentally, I'm going to swap some quartz around really quick. Let's get rid of Soul Blur off of you really fast. Sure. And oh wait, I don't. Yeah, there. Throw a Soul Blur on you because we want you to act more often now. Now, in earlier Trails games, as I was saying, if you interacted with a chest after it was opened, or specifically, sorry, during Trails in the Sky 1 and 2, 1, 2, 3, if you play it on Steam, this is the most important thing. Interact with every chest after you've opened it. There's text, and it's all hysterical. This game doesn't have that, so we will not be collecting all of the chests. They are just items in this game. So yeah, we're gonna walk up, triple advantage. Reed, why don't you just hang out here really quick? So, Elisa, I'm gonna show off what Blessed Arrow does. Take a look at everybody's CP bar. We got Reen at 176, Elliot already at 200, and Laura at 13.
Hang in there.
You have my thanks.
So that is a gigantic heal of about 900, which is most of our health right now, as well as 40 CP at the cost of 40 CP off Elisa. Yeah, CP battery. Unbelievably good at her job. Yeah, so it's got obviously a little bit of a delay on it so that you can't just spam it. But I don't think it's bigger than any other crafts delay. So like, yeah, use that as much as physically possible. It's so powerful. And believe it or not, she only gets better at that as the game goes on. Yeah, good. Oh, the tomato did it. So the tomato's special ability is if it hits you, it has a pretty good chance of confusing you, which very bad news. But let's just throw more blessed arrows at it. Everybody's at full health. Laura's S break, which she used literally last combat, can be deployed again. You know, it's fun. Reen's confused and is currently a crazy person. Not part of my plan, but that works fine.
My turn.
This thing, I kind of want to just see how many swings it takes of this thing to hit it, but I also realize I'm streaming, so might as well do what you're supposed to do and blow
You
it
still
up.
have a lot of training to do.
Oh my god, so yeah. Yeah, no, she's gonna, believe it or not, Elisa's gonna get an ability later that is just more CP regen, you know? Because, yeah, everybody loves that. Piles of CP regen. Jesus Christ. Oh, good question in chat. Are the Trails games connected in terms of playable characters and world, or just world? How much do I want to go into that? The simple thing is, world is connected. There are a lot of reoccurring characters, and I will leave it at that. Basically, this game doesn't require the other Trails games to know. You don't need to play them to know what's going on in this, but it is helped by that experience. So we're actually gonna be, as a part of doing this, going through and playing some of the earlier Trails games, or slightly abridged versions of them, because there's a lot. Because they will help your experience. This one's just a good entry point. Pretty much any of the, like, starters of their little, like, trilogy, duology, tetralogy are good jumping in points. Yeah, we'll talk about that, though. Don't worry, I got you covered. You won't be... Ideally, you won't be missing too much with the way that we're doing this, for not having played the other games, because we'll get you up to speed, don't worry. Me and J-Man have plans. So yeah, we got fast travel here too, and this cute little splash screen. Let's return this and then go see a man about the dinosaur. Hey there, I take it the job's done? It is. Allow us to give you a detailed report on it too. Reen explained what happened while they replaced the orbment light. We have the orbment light here too. Thanks, I'll get it fixed so it can be used again. Glad you're all safe after dealing with those monsters though. They were hardly a threat. We did take the request up knowing it could be dangerous after all. You military academy kids really are a tough group. Oh yeah, can't forget to give you your reward now, can I? Receive detection. Are you sure we can take one of your quartz? Of course. You did some solid work, you know? Thanks for the help. Feel free to come along whenever you need to give your orbments a checkup. Yeah, so let's see if we got enough time quartz to open a slot. So, yeah, that'd be good for her. Let's grab you this and then, okay. Everybody's looking pretty okay, actually. Yeah, you guys are fine. I'm not gonna go too nuts on quartz crafting because it takes time off stream, but yeah, you'll see that action provides speed. Speed is my favorite stat in this game. I'll explain why soon. But yeah, like, we pretty much want to give everybody one of those, but time quartz is in short supply. Going into my inventory, I believe if I go into here, there is this Sepith pack that I could pop open to immediately get a bunch of time quartz, but it doesn't seem like it's super in the spirit of, like, giving you guys what this game would be playing through normally. So I'm gonna try to play it in the way that I first played this. We'll pop that if we get stuck or something. Those DLC bonuses are rather potent. So yeah, we're gonna go talk to somebody about a dinosaur. Can we just leave? I think we can just leave and go to the dinosaur. Actually, thinking about it. No, I actually rather like this. I should do this now or I'll forget. I'll definitely forget. I'm gonna go buy a book. So I'm not gonna be doing all the recipe, like, acquisition in this game, but I'll do whatever I remember to do. So we're gonna go over to the inn really fast. There's, like, in every town you go to, there's an assorted, like, number of just things to do. Getting recipes is one of them. So if we talk to Margot here, I believe she gives us sugar cookies. Yeah, sweet cookies. There you go. So yeah, you learned how to make cookies from her. It's cute. And then we can go to a corner of the market, I believe. And is it you? Nope. You don't have a name. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. I don't remember where this person is. It's been a while since I've... Hello. Yep, there we go. So, depending on who you talk to at what points in the game, you'll get books. This game's unique book is the Red Moon Rose. If you collect all of them, you will get something special at the end of the game. It's... Honestly, if you're playing this for your first time, it's probably not worth it. Save it for, like, New Game Plus, or if you really want to go for 100%. It's not really time-consuming, it's just very easy to miss one. And if you don't get all of them, tough shit. Unless, of course, you're willing to play the Mictolano back in Trista, and hopefully get an RNG. Yeah, no, like, oh, yeah, hold on. There is one thing I want to show you guys here, actually. It's very, very good and very important. Sorry, all of this is coming back to me. Welcome, welcome. Huh, can I interest you in this troubled-looking cat plush? It goes by the name of Mishy, and it's the mascot for a theme park over in Crossbell. You might want to purchase one now if you're interested. They're quite popular and are going quickly. If you've seen me play Yeast Salsetta, you will recognize Mishy. Mishy's great. I love Mishy. There's something that you could do with the plushies in this game that we're not doing. But yeah, like, I'm buying a Mishy. I don't care. You know what, Elliot? Here, you deserve it. Enjoy it.
Mishi? I admit it has a certain charm.
Oh my god. Yeah, I love that. It's really cool. So, yeah, there's also two things here that are references to other areas in the world / other games. There's this ZCF light, which is, you'll notice that this is the imported goods store. Sorry, this is me geeking out about how good the world building is. ZCF stands for Zeiss Central Factory. It's one of the premier development places of orbital technology, and a ZCF light is just a light from that. It's, it prevents blind. I assume it's like more or less a miner's hat, but yeah, it's a cute little nod. Carnelia. Remember the name Carnelia. I'm not gonna say why. We're gonna buy these, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. Just remember that name. It's not important right now, but keep it in mind. Sorry, I tend to get very excited at, like, small nods to the game world or universe that show up. Like, Mishi is a mascot from Crossbell, as they said. And, you get to see a lot of Mishi in Trails of Zero.
This would be a really tranquil area, if not for the monsters.
Yeah, let's be careful.
Okay, so we're gonna go fight a dinosaur. That windmill's cool for reasons that we won't discover until way later. This must be the farm that put out the monster extermination request. Should we go inside and ask for more details? Yeah, we might as well. Certainly better than just wandering around blindly till we find the thing. Agreed. We're here, so now's as good a time as any to introduce ourselves and ingratiate ourselves to the locals, I guess?
Wow, this farmhouse is huge.
Oh, look at the cows!
Elliot, you're adorable. Holy crap. Hello, would you happen to be Cyro? We're here taking care of the monster that's causing issues here. As such, we'd like some further details on it. Oh, you are? I'm the man you're looking for then. Well, I did know that it would be students taking care of it. I wasn't aware that you had young ladies in your company. The rest of you are younger than I expected too. Perhaps this request may be too dangerous for you after all. Everyone cracks knuckles. Thank you for your concern. However, there's no need to worry. All of us here have combat experience already. Indeed. This all serves as part of my training too, so please allow us to undertake your request. You're being awfully cool with this guy's like... Well, if you come across a plateau of sorts beyond here, that's where the monsters tend to appear. It truly is a ferocious one, so much so that passing by the area is impossible, as it attacks everything it sees. Take extra care when you're approaching it. Being careless with this one doesn't seem like an option. We'll have to be thoroughly prepared for it. Allow us to make our way there once our preparations are complete, though. Then, yeah, let's give this everything we've got. Video game screaming at you, hey, big monster incoming. Dangerous. So, we're gonna head right over there. And yeah, sometimes you'll find good stuff in crates. Not always. Not bad. So yeah, you can see trains going by. Small detail, love it.
The Transcontinental Railroad, huh? Guess that'll take you out of the country.
Right. Yeah, if you keep on heading east, you'd eventually reach Gorelia Fortress.
My turn.
I've got this.
I can do this.
Okay, I do not want to fight. Do not engage the dragonfly in honest combat. Oh my god, you bastard. There we go.
Now's our chance.
Always cheat.
My turn.
So, we know we're going up against a strong enemy, so it's probably a good idea of, instead of blowing our resources right now, save them up.
Go!
I'll take you up.
So yeah, do whatever you can to build up your CP before this fight. Specifically,
I can do this.
like, say Blessed Arrow.
You have my thanks.
Is everybody okay?
Because there is some nasty business incoming. Yep, if we continue traveling south from here, we'd eventually reach Bereahard. That's pretty far out of our area of study, though. We should turn back. Remember that. Or you don't gotta. I'll remember that. It's cool. I got you. Yeah, I get psyched up when bits of this game connect up to other bits of this game. Whether that's other parts of the series.
Here we go.
Or just like connections within this sub-series. Tetralogy, I guess.
Go! An opening!
It's my turn.
And like you'll see that combat's sort of like
You have my
settled
face.
into a pretty consistent flow at this point. Build up CP,
My turn!
attack enemies.
I can
There's
do this.
like it's not too wild this early on, but oh boy.
I can do this.
They add more and more plates for
keep
you to
going.
spin as the game goes on, and it will get wild. Start simple. Diving bomb. Let's make sure everybody's full HP. You're fine. There we go. And, oh yeah, small lesson. Chests like these. Sort of ruddy wooden chests. They generally contain consumable items or sepith. A temporary resource.
It's a treasure chest.
Chests like these generally contain quartz, equipment, something permanent that can be used to upgrade your character. So, wood chests, consumables, red chests, not consumables, I guess. I probably don't need a save, but screw it. I'm a compulsive saver normally. I'm trying to save you guys from that. But, you know.
Here we go.
Is that the monster we're looking for? It looks so goofy! It certainly seems to be. It looks pretty tough. What do? We don't really have a choice, do we? We have to kill it. It's causing problems for the farmers. Everyone double check your equipment. We need to be prepared for whatever this thing might throw at us. Understood. Right. He's a goofy boy. It's just, don't worry. You can just blend. I smell your fear. I love
Watch
that.
out. This is a tough one.
So it does get a turn first. It's on my bones.
Here we go. All right, let's do this.
Motivate.
Leave it to me!
I got her. Fantastic.
It's my turn.
Yeah, let's just see how hard this is.
Radiant breakdown!
Fun. Oh man.
You have my face. Thanks.
Early game Laura, you are not to be fucked with. Yeah, if you luck out, you can put this guy to sleep, but he is a boss, so status effects only last a single turn. If you look, his sleep effectiveness is only 50%, so whatever Elliot's sleep odds are, he halves them. So that was pretty damn lucky, actually, and he's got 200% water vulnerability. But, Reen don't care about that. Reen's gonna spam motivate because it's what he does. If you notice, the buffs on everyone went from yellow to red. That means it has been stacked up twice and it's now reached the limit. Let's just Blessed Arrow again, you know? It's like, why do anything else? So Monster Boy's gonna get a turn coming up. Yeah, no, sleep 30%, wow. He's gonna get a turn coming up, and it's going to be a crit turn. So this is gonna hurt, but let's see how it goes. It hurt a lot, it turns out. So Laura's got a crit too, and as we found out earlier, crits can't S breaks can't unbalance. We're still gonna do it anyway.
My most powerful striker!
And yep, huge damage. Oh, he's charging up an attack. Let's see if we can do anything about that. Give him a quick slicey. Now, you'll notice that attack stopped. That's because Reen's Autumn Leaf Cutter has an effect on it called Impede. Stops things that charge up. Simple. I don't even think we need to do that at this point. So you'll notice this thing has efficacy for earth, water, fire, and wind. It has no efficacy for time or space. That's because these attacks just hit and deal normal damage except in certain circumstances. So that'll just hit for its normal 500-ish.
My turn.
Meanwhile, if we try this Aqua Bleed, it should hit for a different amount. And I'll throw some fire to give you a basis of comparison. So, Aqua Bleed, 1,000 damage. Elliot gets the kill.
Okay?
Elliot wins. 500 points for Elliot. Good job, kid.
I did it.
He says the wibbly woobly elements. That is the technical term
only
for
just
them. It
begun.
says it in the guide. Earth Cleaver can now be used. I missed Analyze or Detector or whatever for Elliot. He can find out more info on enemies. Earth Cleaver, line. Laura's now a ranged nuke, you know, because Laura needed more. That takes care of that. I don't know how we did it, but we won. It attacked us once, Elliot. It would have been tougher if not for the power of her combat links that the player keeps forgetting to set. I hate to admit it, but Arcus does seem to have a lot of potential if the player would use it. You hate to admit it, why? Never mind that. We should go tell the people at the farm that we took care of the monster they reported. Oh yeah. I hope they're pleased. Hope they're a little less sexist next time. Stare. Do what? No, it's nothing. Let's go. Oh, okay. Yeah, so that's your first highway monster quest. They are a classic of this series. We're gonna be fighting a lot of highway monsters. make peace with that. Yes, the mysterious
I can do
Elisa
this.
R. and her mysterious past.
Right.
No, we haven't played as Elliot in a bit as we run back. So I am gonna turn on fast forward as we scoot back. This has gotten me killed once because I ran into a mosquito backwards somehow. Which, believe it or not, in Trails of Cold Steel, instant death. You will not survive. Swecky Oaks says the R is short for Arcus. That's hysterical. Oh, I assume you've taken care of that monster. That's correct. Thank goodness. Thank you so much. Now we can finally begin harvesting again. Blah, 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 blah. Wouldn't it have been much quicker to make a request to the provincial army? Well, it is admittedly close, but this area, and Celtic as a whole, really, is on the very outskirts of the Kreutzen province. As such, the provincial army isn't very interested in aiding us. Oh. Yeah, that's not too hard to believe considering their attitude earlier. That certainly doesn't sit well with me. I probably shouldn't say any more on the matter. However, I still do owe you a reward for all this. Please take this. Okay. So, listen. I don't have a problem with receiving eggs as a reward. If you're gonna give me 10 eggs, I'm gonna ask the question, where did the last 2 eggs go? Why did you take 2 out of the carton? Why are you trying to shortchange me? 10 strawberries, solid, 10 honey syrups, and some salt. That's really generous, you shouldn't have. Can we really have this much? Why, yes, of course. We've got enough to last us here as it is. After all your help, it's the least that I can do. I hope you enjoy them. These look great, thank you. You don't get much fresher than this. I'm looking forward to digging in. I'm rather envious that you have the opportunity to eat such delicious food every day. That's one of the benefits of being a farmer. Unfortunately, though, it's not all good. Things have been getting tougher lately, seeing as how goods are being imported so cheaply nowadays. Huh, I wasn't even aware of that. Importing's become a much easier task now thanks to the transcontinental railroad and international flights. Furthermore, more and more goods can now be legally imported as a result of the rising population. Come to think of it, I have noticed an increase in cheaper ingredients lately. Oh, my apologies, I shouldn't be wasting your time with all this. No, you build that world! That's what I'm here for! Regardless, you all have my thanks for today. Now we can move on with harvesting without any worries. Allow us to thank you too. We actually learned a lot from doing this request. Feel free to get in touch should anything else come up. Reen learned what it felt like to kill a dinosaur. This was valuable experience for his time in the military. Ooh, guess that does it for all the mandatory tasks. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pooped. Same. I don't venture out into the highways very often. The 2 of you seem okay, though. Well, my hometown is in the countryside too, so I'm kind of used to this. And with all the training Laura does, I imagine this is probably nothing for her. Indeed, I find this level of exercise to be quite manageable. However, ... question mark. What is it? No, I'm sure it's nothing. I believe we should return to the inn now, should we not? Yeah, let's. I'm guessing Instructor Sarah is still there. We can give her a report and ask her a bit more about the purpose behind these field studies. That would definitely be good to know. She hasn't told us anything about what's happening tomorrow either. Alright, let's head back to town. So yeah, we're headed back to town. Yeah, no, we learned the most valuable lesson in the world, how to kill a giant lizard. Story. Relearned what it felt like to kill. What's going on? It sounds like something's happening over at the market. There appears to be some manner of dispute occurring. I wonder what's up. Should we go take a look? Yeah, let's go and see. Okay. I'm gonna wander over to the market. Don't give me that crap! This is my spot! I paid for it, so it's mine. I'm the one who paid for this spot. Look, I've even got a permit for it, so stop lying to me and vamoose! May I ask what the problem is? Perhaps we can help in some way. There seems to be some question over which of these two gentlemen gets control of this area to set up his stall. The young merchant over there is local, while the merchant wearing the suit is from the capital. So they're both claiming the same spot. How odd. Perhaps for the market, permits for the market are issued by the province's ruling lord. Ah, so for Celtic that would be... Oh. This isn't good. We must stop them. Lori, you're going to break this poor kid in half. Reen, good job delaying that, man. I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, but violence isn't going to solve anything. You both need to calm yourselves. You've been worked into a rage. Aw. What are you, high schoolers? This has nothing to do with meddling kids. We're having a mature discussion over here, and I'll thank you not to interfere. Since when has grabbing a person by the neck been considered mature? If you truly intend to have a mature discussion, perhaps you should try acting more like adults. What did you say to me? We're students from Thor's Military Academy. We're currently visiting this town on a field study. And while we are not yet formal members of the army, I'm afraid we cannot simply walk by and ignore a fight in such a public place. A military academy? Ah, so they're a bunch of soldiers in training. Oh, what an ideas name is happening here. Oh, now look what you've done. Manager Otto. I've been filled in on what happened. I understand that both of you have a permit for the same stall, is that correct? Yeah! And both permits expire at the same time, too. What's the meaning of this? I understand your concerns, but fighting over it here is greatly inconveniencing the other customers. I'd be happy to discuss the matter in private, but I'll have to ask you to put your differences aside and please put your hands down until this has been resolved. Okay. Fine, I'll stop shaking. That was a close one. Seems like everything's gonna be fine now, though. Yeah, guess he's the guy in charge. I really appreciate the four of you stepping in to help defuse the situation. Well, I suppose I should expect no less from the infamous Class 7 I've heard so much about. Oh? How do you know about Class 7? My name is Otto. I'm the manager of Celtic's Grand Market. I have some things to discuss with you, if you'd be so kind as to come along. I'll treat you to some tea. Why's that guy pissed? It's right next to the violinist. So, you were responsible for choosing our assignments? Indeed. Principal Van Dyke is an old friend of mine, you see. He asked me to personally select a few tasks that you might be able to complete. Well, that was nice of him. We appreciate your consideration as well. Oh no, that was no trouble at all. Likewise, I'm grateful to you for taking some troublesome tasks off my hands, and I can't thank you enough for your help at the market. If you hadn't been there, I imagine someone would have wound up getting hurt. I'm just glad we got there when we did. So both merchants will be taking turns using the same stall at the front of the market? That's right, both of their permits are genuine, but their merchandise and temperaments don't lend themselves to sharing a space. Eventually, they agreed to a compromise where they would each make use of the front stall on alternate weeks. The other stall we reserved is near the back of the market, however, so whoever's relegated there will likely see far lower sales numbers. That's better than nothing, I guess, but still really unfortunate. I must admit, I find this whole matter rather perplexing. To my knowledge, the issue of market permits is the sole responsibility of each province's ruling lord. For a mistake such as this to have been made in the first place raises some rather unpleasant questions. That's true. If it's a lord's duty to control the flow of goods, if he can't handle it, the local economy could really suffer. Quite right. Ordinarily, that responsibility would fall under the Duke's household. The Duke? The Kreuzon province is ruled by Duke Alberea, one of the foremost powerful nobles in the entire country. But lately, the situation surrounding the Duke's household has been getting a bit complicated. Complicated? A few months ago, he increased the sales tax on our market rather significantly, and with a larger percentage of their profits being taken from them, the merchants have begun to get rather desperate. Fights like the one you saw earlier are becoming more and more commonplace. I see. Sales tax is something that should be raised without careful, that should not be, yeah, Laura. Sales tax is something that should be raised without careful consideration. No, quite the opposite. History has shown us how damaging such actions can be. I've never heard of anything like that happening in the capital. Have you tried raising objections to the increase? Of course. I've even gone to Breyahard numerous times to petition the Duke personally. But they always drive me away at the gate without listening to a word I have to say. This has been going on for roughly 2 months now. If that's the case, the mix-up with the permits may be more than just an accident. Are you suggesting they might be getting careless when dealing with the market, or maybe they're deliberately trying to cause problems? I don't think it's a good idea to jump to conclusions, but I will say that before all this began, the soldiers in the guardhouse absolutely would have intervened in a scuffle like that. Oh? Unlike the Imperial Army, a provincial army's main priority is maintaining the status quo throughout their territory. So mediating arguments which threaten the status quo would absolutely fall within the scope of their duties. Correct. It seems that unless we accept this tax increase, they intend to turn a blind eye to the market. The commanding officer of the guardhouse has made comments suggesting as much. That's not right at all. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be talking about matters like this with you. This is strictly an internal affair to be dealt with amongst us merchants. You have no reason to concern yourselves with it. You need to be focused on your field study after all. Wacky field trip fun! Taxation! It's a good time in Celtic. And I'll have a new list of tasks for you tomorrow morning as well. It'll be exciting. Don't look at my sad, cold, dead overtaxed eyes. So you were asked to prepare some for each day of our visit then. That's right. I've got a few difficult ones in mind too, but I'm sure you're up for them. Or at least, I hope you are. Please help. Don't worry, we are. We'll do our very best to meet your expectations. I love his face. It looks like it's always about to cry. I don't know why it's like the facial expressions of older folks in these games. They look so sad. Look at the rings under his eyes. I feel awful. That all sounds really unfair. Yeah, I agree. Provincial lords have the duty and right to decide upon and collect taxes in the regions they can control, and as long as that remains the case, there's not really much the general populace can do to stand against them. I'm reluctant to comment on how others choose to rule their own territories, but harassing one's own like this seems to be clearly inappropriate. I've heard many rumors about the current head of House Alberea. The current head is Eustace's dad, right? So couldn't we ask Eustace for some help here? I doubt there's anything he could do. Among the nobility, decisions made by the head of the house are absolute. And since the Albereas represent one of the 4 great houses, that old tradition is absolutely guaranteed to be alive and well. The Emperor himself is probably the only one with more power than one of the heads of the 4 great houses. Guess that's a no, then. I see you're all busy mulling things over. Excellent, excellent. Instructor Sarah? What brings you here? I figured it was about time for me to get going. Group B's not getting anything done as expected, so I'm off to help sort them out. What? You're going to see Group B now? The town of Parma is a considerable distance from here. Now, you let me worry about that. You four are perfectly capable of looking after yourselves anyway, right? Put your heads together and think, and I'm certain you'll see what you need to do. Ah. Adios be with you. I'll be looking forward to your report. Yeah, take your bets. Who died, Eustace or Machias? Good question. I can't believe it. It's as though she knows exactly what's going on. Even though she spent the whole day drinking at the inn, can she read minds or something? I'd suggest we return to our room and rest for the night in any case. We still have our reports to write, so an early dinner seems wise. Yeah, you're right. Oh, I'm so tired. Me too. I feel like I'm going to fall asleep at the dinner table without even making it to my bed. Okay, so the game says go back to your inn. The game is lying to you. Don't do that. Going to the market. So this game has hidden quests, and they're pretty well hidden. I believe he's this guy? Yeah. Now, if you saw my playthrough of Celceta, you know what's coming. It's one of my favorite parts. I'm gonna do a play along with chat to see how well you guys do, because I find this to be very fun. Merchant Lyman. Hey, here, you lot. I'm not gonna try. This game has a lot of dialogue you can't force me to. You wouldn't happen to be students of Thor's, would you? That's correct. The market manager was telling us here about you lot. You came here for some field study or something, right? My daughter happens to be at Thor's too, actually. Becky is her name. She's a small, cheeky girl who is always thinking about the dosh. But, well, try to get along with her if you spot her at the academy. The world really is a small place, isn't it? We'll be sure to say hi if we run into her. That. So how's it going anyway? Are you learning much out here? For the most part, yes. It's serving as a reminder that we still have quite the ways to go. However, we have every intention of making the most out of this experience. That's what I like to hear. Actually, I am here to get started on the evening sale, so I will give you a discount if... Wait a minute, I just had a belter of an idea. This is actually more fun than I expected. What that might be... What might that be? Right. I know you'll be tired after your hard day of work, but any chance of you guys wanting to have a go at the tomato slinging business? Are you sure? It's fine. This line of work's about having the skills to negotiate, so it'd be some good experience. How about it? It's certainly an interesting proposal. Try it out. If you're willing to let us do it, then I don't see why not. Haha, that's good to hear. Let's get started right away then. I mentioned that I was about to get started on our evening sale, didn't I? It might be a wee bit tough, but I'd like you to handle it. Wow, that does sound rough. The idea behind it is simple enough, at least. All you need to do is give appropriate discounts and make a sale. The amount you discount varies, but sometimes you'll be talking up to half the price. Half price? That's a lot. Is it even possible to make a profit by doing that? It doesn't always work out, but I've lost money on it times in the past. But even then, it's good. Worthwhile enough to even send yourself into the red. Yes, my personal philosophy is that the amount of sales you make is more important than how much you make. The more sales you make, the more happy customers you have. And if you've got more and more customers walking away happy, then your store's going to have a good reputation. So basically, it all ends benefiting you in the long run. I see where you're coming from there. Though there's nothing to say that I am 100% correct besides being a machine. Anyway, I meant to say, how do you feel about handling the store separately at different times? I'm okay with that, but any particular reason why? Well, there's no harm in competing with each other, is there? Think of this as rivals and try as hard as you can to win. It does seem like an effective way to motivate oneself. I don't know about you guys, but sales aren't exactly my forte. I guess I'll take it as a learning experience. It does sound like it'll be fun, though. Can I ask if there's any specific guidelines when it comes to giving discounts, though? I assume how much of a discount you can offer differs based on the type of goods being sold. Spot on. I've split everything up into fresh goods and processed goods. Fresh goods speak for themselves, really. You'll want to get them sold out as quick as you can. That being said, you're free to make these up to half the price if it comes to it, just so we can get them all sold. Processed goods will not expire like fresh ones, though, so there's no point in discounting them too much. You can't sell them at full price, so 20% off is the max you should go. So fresh goods can be sold for as much as 50% off, while processed goods can only be sold at up to 25% off. Got it. Here's hoping I remember that. Oh yes, don't be shy to bump prices up a wee bit either. Deciding when the best time to do that is up to you. One can assume doing all this depends on how well we negotiate with each customer then. Yup. Now that that's sorted, let's get started. It doesn't matter what order you go in, but how about you go first? That's fine with me. That settles it. Let's see what you're made of then, Reen. I wish you luck. Thanks, here's hoping it goes well. Here we go, Merchant minigame! Welcome, welcome. We're currently in the middle of our evening sale. He's more of a natural than I would have guessed. Yes, he will bring in customers with guts like that. Wow, I don't think I could put myself out there like that. I'm rather worried myself. Oh, his first customer has arrived. Oh, are you working part-time here? I almost thought you were a pro with a voice like that. Oh, thank you. By the way, do you have any tomatoes? I need some for tonight's dinner, you see. We actually do have some. How many are you looking for? I think 5 should do for now. There seems to be a sale going on at the moment, too, so how much would that end up being? It's 10 mira per tomato, and I can give her up to half off because they're fresh goods. How much should I sell them for in total? Ooh, math questions! Everybody's favorite! Chad, if you get this answer right, you get an entire bracelet point. I'm gonna give it a hot sec, see what people say. Okay, I'm seeing some 25s. I'm seeing some 25s. That's good. That's good. The answer for this one is actually, because I am cheating, because screw this, the answer is actually 35. 5 tomatoes would usually go for 50 mira, but I can offer you them for 35 mira instead. How does that sound? That sounds fine. I'll take them. Thank you for your purchase. Seems like he's made his first sale. Indeed, it appears to have gone rather smoothly, too. Oh, here's another customer. A sale, is it? That sounds interesting. We're offering discounts on all our goods, so feel free to have a look. I assume that applies to this wine as well, then. Of course. Wine doesn't fall under fresh goods, so... Wine costs 1,000 mira. How much will you sell it for? So, the thing is, this isn't just math, it's also about marking stuff up when you feel like you can get away with it. So if you solve the math problem correctly, and the answer still ain't right, I'm with you, I blew this the first time. I just gave everyone the best deals they could take, and that was it. That was all I did with my life. Like, everybody who's answering, like, low numbers, you are the most valid in existence, I too would want to give this shit away free. The answer is 900 mira, because this guy looks like he can pay for it. How does 900 mira sound? You sure you can't do better than that? And then... with that, you can follow it up to sweeten the deal a bit, and there is this 800 mira, which is what we're allowed to do. Or we can get spicy and include some cheese for 20% off. Maximum haggling bastard here. I hate capitalism. How about this? If you buy it now, I'll include this cheese for 20% off. Oh, that's an interesting offer. Cheese accompanies wine rather well, too, so allow me to take you up on that. Thank you for your purchase. That went pretty well. Another successful sale for him. Seems like he's gotten into the swing of things. I look forward to hearing how much he sold it for. Here's another customer. Okay, last question, everybody. Oh, the evening sales finally started. What happened to Lyman? He's left me in charge for a little bit. Is there anything in particular you're looking for? Mom asked me to get some stuff for dinner. How much are you selling cabbages for? I need 3, but she told me to buy some extra if they're cheap. It's 20 mira per cabbage, and if they fall under fresh goods, so... What are we doing? What, are we gonna... So... This is also a case of, like, taking a look at your customer. So, we saw a rich guy and we're like, yes, give me your money, sir. Right now we are talking to a small child who is trying to eat. What should we do? Piff, 0! Piff is correct! 6 for 48? I'm feeling that too. Let's do 6 for 48. 3 would normally cost 60 mira, but how does 6 for 48 mira sound? So I get double the amount and it's still 12 mira cheaper? I'm sure my mom will be happy to hear that. Can I have them then? Of course. Thank you for your purchases. Wait, I just sold this for less than half price. And thus, Reen's turn came to an end, and the others were given a chance to try their hand at merchantry. So, what you call it? That actually, for the record, that isn't the right answer. The right answer is 4 for 60, but fuck it. Don't worry, I'm gonna reload a save and go back when it's not stream time. I wanted to make that choice. It was pretty interesting seeing how your personalities affected your results, too. Speaking of which, how did we all do in the end? Well, you had the least amount of sales out of everyone, Elliot. You did manage to make a fair amount, though. But that also means you didn't really offer that much of a discount. You have to be more aggressive, really. Next up is you, Laura. You're a wee bit generous with those discounts. Making lots of sales is good, but you have to consider how much you're making them for, though. Understood. Thank you for the advice. Next up is Reen. You did well enough in both number of sales and how much you made. I think you could have pushed a wee bit harder to bump those numbers up, but how dare you tell me to rip off the small child? It's still pretty good, considering it was your first time. I see. Thank you for your advice. And finally, Elisa, you wouldn't happen to have some sort of prior experience now, would you? No, not really, no. That really is amazing, then. I have to be honest here, you almost managed to sell as much and make as much as I normally do. You've even got a unique style that brings the customers in, so good. That's quite the evaluation. I think that's a little bit of an exaggeration. So Lisa has the skill to potentially become a successful merchant then. I have to admit that I'm a little bit surprised. I didn't expect her to be this skilled either. Do any of your relatives happen to be involved in this line of work? Not that I know of, really. Haha, well, either way, today ended up being pretty interesting, thanks to you. Here, take this, your wage for the day. Thank you very much. Are you sure? So that is merchant for a day. That is a lot of talking. Holy shit. I probably shouldn't be saving since I'll be reloading this save. God, You know what? I want you guys to see me get an S rank at the end of the chapter. So I'm gonna take a hot sec to talk to chat because I haven't really done that since this has been a heavy reading session, and we're just gonna go through that again, and we will forever cherish this alternate universe in which we did not rip off a small child. I mean, I guess we're not really ripping her off, but at the same time, whatever. So chat, how are you enjoying the stream so far? I am having a goddamn blast. I'm sorry. I'm engaging in the I'm engaging in this nightmare. Roma says it's fun so far. Yay! Extremely yay. I'm excited. This is me drooling over dumb stuff like, hey, let's talk about taxation rates. And I'm like, I'm fucking here for it. I hope I'm making it any form of exciting whatsoever. But yeah, when you're not reading all the dialogue, this also just happens to fly right by. This game does have a fast forward button, just hold down circle, it just goes. God, sure, here. 3 would normally cost this much here, just, it's not the right one yet. There we go. And I believe if we did this right, we should get a coral bracelet and a marble bracelet. Yep, and if I fucked it up at all. You still get more or less the same dialogue from the guy, if you did even a little bit okay. Guys, indulge me. I have never bombed this on purpose. I'm gonna try to just give away all his shit. I'm sorry. I'm preemptively sorry for wasting our time here. I am so curious. Tired Hermit says, I'm having fun. Celtic is tied for my favorite town with Legram. Oh my god, I love Legram so much. Yeah, no, this is our satisfying run in which we just give away all this guy's shit. I mean, it's not like this guy's a bad guy at all. It's just So I have worked retail a few times, and I am probably the least qualified person in existence at it, because this is where my brain is always going. Yeah, just fucking take the tomatoes free. Are you sure it's alright to sell that cheaply? Yeah, I'd fucking do it. Seems like he's made his first sale. That went rather smoothly. Oh, here's another customer. That sounds interesting. How much is this wine for? Take it. That's surprisingly cheap. You've got yourself a deal. Wait, he said, oh, shit. Oh, God, I'm blowing it. Another successful sale. Looks like he's gotten into the swing of things. Here's another customer. How much are you selling cabbages for? Just take it. And thus, Reed's turn came to an end. He made a lot of bad choices, but who cares? Right, I'll add your turns then. Good job, troops. We owe you for our thanks for giving us an opportunity to experience this. Glad to hear it. It was pretty interesting to see how your personalities affected your results, too. How did we all do? Well, you had the least amount of sales out of everyone, Elliot. You did manage to make a fair amount, though. That means you didn't really offer that much of a discount. You have to be a bit more aggressive, really. Next up is Laura. You're a wee bit too generous with the discounts. Making lots of sales is good. Blah, blah, blah. Next up is Reen. You didn't do too well all around, to be honest. It wasn't horrible, at least, but yeah. Think about where you went wrong and improving and stop giving shit away for free. Oh, that's boring. Sorry, I was expecting a little more anything than that. My bad. It was low-key very satisfying to do, though. Camnador 2 asks, how many arcs are there in the Trail series? There are a bunch. So there's... That's a slightly hard question to answer, just because there are many mainline games, and then there is a PC, like, gacha game style one, question mark, that I've tried to get to work on my computer that just will fight me, that there is a synopsis up of, there's a manga that connects the two. Basically, there's a lot of content, but it follows one continuous storyline, and we're doing our best to compile all that stuff together, and yeah, make it a consistent experience for you guys. There's a lot. is the short answer. Yeah, no, there's some stuff. Now, I'm just gonna save here. I am a compulsive saver when it comes to breakpoints, which are the periods in the game where you know, you walk up to a door, and then the voice of God comes down and says, "Hey, you're going inside, kiddo. You sure you want to do that?" We do. Now, this is one of my favorite scenes in the game. I feel like I'm gonna say that a lot. I got a lot of favorite scenes. This one in particular, I think, is very good.
Ah, that was delicious. Those are some seriously fresh vegetables, too.
Yeah, nothing beats food made from local ingredients.
I quite enjoyed the rye bread myself.
I suppose this whole field study thing isn't so bad when you take the menu into account.
So, this game does something I really like. And I don't know why I like this in things, but, if you want to make me interested in your setting, and you're doing like a national tour thing, this applies to RPGs, TTRPGs, anything. Food or a meal in each location really adds character to like what the place is and what it involves. As Class 7 travels across Erebonia, they eat a meal in each place, and the character of each meal works as a good representation of the themes of the chapter. So that's something to keep an eye out for. A really clever small thing that I don't think a lot of people notice is they eat wherever they go, and that meal is always tied into the theming or like the vibe of the area. Small detail, love it.
I wonder what the others in Group B are doing right now.
Somehow, I doubt they're sitting around a table and talking like we are.
That would certainly be a shock if they were.
Cut to Machias and Eustace on fire.
I can't help but question what exactly Class 7's purpose is, though. Instructor Sarah says it's about Arcus, but I don't think that's the only reason we've been brought together.
I'm certain it's not. If that were all, today's field study tasks would serve little purpose.
It seems as though she's trying to make us experience, I don't know, things. Like all kinds of things, big and small. What I can't wrap my head around, though, is why.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to put everything in its place, why don't you just go with the flow for a change? It seems like you're desperately trying to find something. But if you don't plant yourself somewhere, you're just gonna blow away with the next big gust that comes along.
What do we have to offer one another, when our reasons for enrolling in Thor's in the first place are undoubtedly very different?
Our reasons?
I hadn't considered that.
My reason for enrolling was quite simple.
I was done fighting fish in the ocean, and now I wanted to fight dinosaurs on the land. My mission has been accomplished.
I aim to come ever closer to my goal. Or rather, to the person whom I regard as such.
Who's that?
This is neither the time nor the place to discuss such matters. Best to save that topic for another day. What about you, Elisa? Why did you enroll at the academy?
There's no one single reason, but I think I just wanted to assert my independence. I mean, my situation back at home isn't exactly ideal, and this seemed like a good way to get out and do more, I guess.
That's a remarkably straightforward answer and a good one.
I see.
It sounds like I'm probably in the minority then. See, I wasn't intending on coming here at all originally. I wanted to do something completely different.
You did?
Oh yeah, you said you were really hoping you'd get into a music academy, right?
Oh?
Well, I wasn't that serious about it or anything.
Elliot. Elliot.
What about you, Reen? You're the last holdout, and since you're the one who brought it up, it's only fair you answer the question too.
Me?
Me? You're not allowed to make fun of me. If you find out my reason, you think it's dumb.
I wanted to find myself, I guess.
Yay!
Find
good one.
yourself?
Huh?
Sorry. That makes it sound like a much bigger deal than it actually is. That's the best way I can think of to put it, though.
Nothing wrong with that. Going on a journey of self-discovery? It's actually a pretty cool answer.
Yeah, I had no idea you were such a romanticist. You sure don't come across as one.
I shouldn't have said anything.
Reen, you don't deserve that. You are nice. So, you want me to wake you up at 6 tomorrow, right? Yes, please. We only have until tomorrow evening, so we need to get an early start. We really appreciate it. Not a problem at all. Have a good night. Good night.
But we're not actually going to sleep yet, are we? Not until we write our reports for the day.
I want to shut off my brain so badly right now, but it doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon.
Oh my god, mood. Screenshot mood.
She seems to have forgotten all about the room situation, and I'm not about to remind her.
Good raid.
Reen,
Yay, here it is.
What is it?
I was unsure whether to ask or not, but I've decided that this question bears answering. Why have you chosen to hold back?
What?
Your sword style and technique. It is the 8 Leaves, 1 Blade school, is it not?
Yo! Sorry, that's extremely hype for... So, we'll talk about that at the start of next stream. Just remember 8 Leaves, 1 Blade. It's very cool.
Popularized by the sword hermit, Yoon Kafai, it combines the best elements of other Eastern sword styles. Those who master any of its forms are referred to as a divine blade, and are said to understand the true nature of all things.
You certainly know an awful lot about it. I didn't think it was particularly renowned here in the Empire.
We of the Arcade School consider the studying of other swordsmanship styles to be an essential part of our training. In addition, my father once told me, if you follow the path of the sword, it is only a matter of time before you encounter a follower of the 8 Leaves.
Your father said that? It's an honor to be acknowledged by the Radiant Blade Master himself. I'm nothing special, though. I'm just a dropout who's never even been able to progress past beginner level. I did train under Master Ka-Fi for a while, but I started to feel like I couldn't go any further with my abilities, and he cut my training short.
What?
So I'm really not holding back. Honest, I actually kind of feel like I'm dirtying the good name of the 8 Leaves School, in fact. But this is my limit. I'm sorry I can't quite live up to your expectations.
No!
Laura?
You have no reason to apologize to me. This is a matter you must come to terms with on your own. Though I'll admit to some disappointment. I was hoping you'd prove to be a good sparring partner. I'm going to practice outside for a bit. Please go and finish your report with Elisa and Elliot.
No.
There's a lot he doesn't want to talk about, huh? I can see in his eyes sometimes that he's bottling something up and trying really hard to keep anyone else from noticing.
You've noticed it too? You sure have taken quite an interest in him.
I was just trying to work out the best time to apologize, that's all. It's not like I've been consciously paying attention to him or anything, honestly.
Elliot.
Reen's not the only one bottling up his feelings, though, is he? You've been doing the same thing.
Yeah, I guess I have.
Bunch of sad kids all in the same class. Here it is. My favorite line of the game.
Keep up the good work.
Damn it. No, I didn't get it. I think it's when you get an S rank. So we'll get it. We'll get it with this go around. There's once you hear it, you'll be like, yeah, no, that's the best one. Shit, okay. So we got our tasks for the next day. Field study day 2. West Celtic Highway Monster. You will notice that there is no essential quest. Weird. Lost wallet. Huh, even fewer than yesterday. Maybe he gave us less work to do because he knew we were going back to Trista today. Sounds about right. He's a very considerate man. The last train headed your way leaves here around 9 tonight. Get those done quickly enough, you can have dinner before you leave. Thank you very much. We greatly appreciate your kindness. Shall we get started then? Sounds good. Looks like today's tasks are all optional. Hey, this is my favorite. This is actually my favorite part of that last cutscene. Hey Laura, I wanted to apologize for what I said to you yesterday evening. What Reen, as I told you then, this is a matter you must come to terms with on your own. It is not something for which an apology is required. That's not really what I mean. I wanted to apologize for making light of the way of the sword. What I said about being a dropout who's never been able to progress past the beginner level was disrespectful to Master Ka-Fai, to the school I follow, and to the path of the sword itself. And for those reasons, I feel like it was inappropriate of me to say what I said, so I'm sorry. If that's the case, then there's one other person you should be apologizing to as well. I can't pretend to know much about your personal circumstances, but regardless of one's background or social standing, one should always be able to live with pride in him or herself. Thus, if you truly did make light of yourself and your own abilities, that is an act of shame for which you owe yourself great recompense. Let me ask you a question, Reen. Do you like the path of the sword? It's not really a matter of liking it or disliking it, I don't think. It's a part of my life, an inseparable part of who I am. That's all I wanted to hear. I feel exactly the same way. Laura. So you two are friends again then? Were we not? There was never any rift between us that I knew about. Indeed, that was all handled rather neatly, I felt. You're both so simple-minded. I feel like an idiot spending so much time trying to devise a plan to get the two of you to make up. Whoa, you did what now? It seems we've caused you undue concern. Jeez, can we all just forget about this and move on? Looks like the ground's been dried after a rainfall, so to speak. Glad to see you all look a bit less gloomy. Sorry, I really like that exchange between Reen and Laura a lot. And I think it's why, I think, a lot like Machias starts out on the, worst possible foot. I think specifically in that context and, how Laura's drawing out a lot of Reen's character, Laura starts on a really good foot in this game. She's really strong, really cool, and just rolls up and is like, hey Reen, what you're doing is kind of bullshit. I think Reen is, as a character, way too hard on himself, and you're gonna see that more. Once again, drinking game for this video game. Every time Reen apologizes for something, even if it's not his fault, you have to treat yourself better. Rule number 1. But, yeah, no, that exchange is, it's so good. I'm sorry, I just got caught up on the way here, but never mind that, we've got big trouble. Something terrible happened at the market. Something terrible, you say? ... question mark. What terrible thing has happened? Well, it sounds like it actually took place last night. 2 of the stalls over at the market were destroyed and all the merchandise was stolen. That is most terrible indeed. A robbery? Oh my, I suppose that means the market might be opening late today, which means we could end up with more customers as people wait here for a resolution. Luis, get this place ready. You got it. As for you four, this is our problem, not yours. Just focus on your field study and leave this incident to us locals. You have your own test to worry about, after all. Of course. We'll be back later. Thanks again. Yeah, no, the drinking game of every time Reen apologizes is don't drink, treat yourself better, drink water. Go look at a bird. I have to admit, I'm curious. It's not so far, so we might as well just go take a look. Alright, let's take a slight detour and then see what's happening at the market then. So yeah, day 2. There's, between days on your field study, pretty much everything refreshes. You'll get new quests. Usually, all the NPCs will shift positions, like our friend over here. Oh, how sorrowful, once peaceful hearts have now turned wild. Worry not, though, for I shall find their lost fragments of love. Feel free to fall for me, for it is only natural. Yeah, that's our friend has moved slightly. So yeah, might as well do a safety save at the start of the day. This game is, let me tell you, this game is significantly less crashy than the time I played it on Steam. I'm really enjoying the PS4 port so far. It's good. Blah blah blah. Yeah, there's some fighting. Oh no, not them. The manager came by to try to break them up, but he doesn't seem to have been having much luck. I hope no one ends up getting hurt. What should we do, Reen? Or maybe we could try talking to them. Considering everything that happened yesterday, you might just be the cavalry we need right now. What a wild idea. Talking to them. Wacky. That's nuts. How dare you destroy my stall, you damned coward. I knew your country folk were to be trusted. Who else could it have been? Just come clean and admit it already. Who are you calling a coward, you Heimdallian snob? You're the one who wanted my spot all for yourself. Calm down, gentlemen, please. Playing all innocent and trying to paint me as the bad guy here, you make me sick. Do you want me to settle this right here and now? Oh, bring it on. Hold it. Laura will suplex you again. You guys ready for that? I'm not ready to see that. Class 7? You kids again. Keep your noses out of this. I'm gonna make them pay for smashing my stall. Smashing? Look at that. It's all destroyed and like it's the work of some kind of scary dinosaur. Wow, they are all completely ruined. This is awful. However, harming one another is not going to bring them back. In the end, they will be smashed. In the end, they will still be smashed and you will be worse off. But this anger isn't gonna go away unless I do something. You took all my goods too, so I haven't even got anything to sell. What are you talking about? You were the one who stole my goods. And you're not gonna give them back, all back. And you're gonna give them all back right now and fix the damage you did to my stall, or else I can't be held responsible for my actions. This isn't good. I don't think they're even listening to a word we're saying. Well, what do we do? Provincial army, what? What is the meaning of this? It's the middle of the morning. Stop this nonsense immediately. But I believe you're the one in charge here. I demand an explanation as to what has transpired. Well, you see, the market manager explained the situation. I see. The solution is simple then. Men, take them away. Yes, sir. What? What do you mean, take us away? 2 stalls were destroyed, 2 sets of goods were stolen. The truth is as clear as day. 2 merchants in the midst of a heated disagreement committed the same crime at the same time. But that's not fair, Do you not think it's premature to draw such a conclusion without any investigation? The provincial army doesn't have time to waste solving the petty squabbles of merchants. But I'm not an unreasonable man. Cease your dispute and you will be left alone. Continue and you will come with us. The choice is yours. They're trying to force both merchants to forget this ever happened, to sweep the whole ordeal under the rug. Yeah, something about this seems really wrong. Well then, I'm sure you can agree that wasting time on shenanigans like this is detrimental to all parties involved. I hope you'll think twice before causing such a ruckus ever again. Now, if you'll please excuse us, I'm a busy man and I have more pressing matters to attend to. And there they go. Well, I guess they did stop those 2 from fighting. They did nothing to solve the underlying problem. This isn't right. I see now how the provincial army here conducts itself. I'm sure you're both still pretty angry about this, but right now the 2 of you need to focus on being cool-headed. Please fuck off. You'll feel better. We can't open the Grand Market for business until we've cleaned up these stalls. We're already running late, so I hate to ask, would you mind lending me a hand? Roma asks, oh shit, is this the game with all the snake cultist stuff everybody's been making jokes about? Yes. And with the help of Reen and the others on top of that, the Grand Market was finally able to open for the day, albeit behind schedule. Thanks to you four, we were able to open the Grand Market for business today a bit quicker than I'd expected. Can't even begin to tell you how grateful I am. Oh, there's no need for that. We barely did anything. I'm just glad no one got hurt. All the more reason to thank you. A merchant's stall is his livelihood. Any action taken against it can throw him into a blind rage, and it's hard to bring anyone back from that. You know what they say, when you're in the red, you start seeing red. Ha ha, jokes, I'm very sad. word gets out about this, it's not inconceivable for certain groups of people to begin boycotting the marketplace. Something definitely has to be done. I'm just not sure what. Is something wrong, Reen? You're awfully quiet. Are you feeling unwell? Yes. Sir, I have a favor to ask. Would you consider allowing us to investigate this morning's incident? What? Are you suggesting that we attempt to take the perpetrator who destroyed the merchant's stalls ourselves? It's a kind offer, but as I said yesterday, this is our affair, not yours. You're students, you have your own studies to worry about, and I wouldn't feel right interfering with them. You have to fight a giant moth on a highway somewhere. It's carrying away cars. Please help. We're students training for the military, though. We can't just stand by and allow something so unjust to just go unchallenged. It's the provincial army's responsibility to address this, sure. But they're shirking their duties here, and that reflects poorly on all of us. When has the Erebonian military ever done anything unjust? Like, ever? Well, that's true enough, I guess. But do you really think we're up for something like this? I kind of have to wonder about that too. I mean, at the end of the day, we're just amateurs. We should at least check with Instructor Sarah first and see what she thinks. She's already told us. Put your heads together and think, and I'm sure you'll see what you need to do. Her words. This seems like exactly the sort of thing she meant. At least, it does to me. Oh. I see your point. Perhaps matters such as this may fall under the scope of our field of study after all. Yeah, you do make a good case. I'm still not sure we're up for it, but I guess it can't hurt to try. Neither seek nor shun the fight. Very well, we shall do what we can. Are you sure about this? I'm certainly not going to say no, but I'm very concerned about the market and the safety of the merchants. So if you're 100% sure, I have to admit, I truly would appreciate anything you could do for us. Me accepting any kind of help for anything ever. Thank you, sir. We'll do everything in our power to find answers for you. We're dealing with a criminal who acts under cover of night. He may be capable of a lot more than just thievery and vandalism. Remember, I'm responsible for your safety. If anything were to happen to you, I couldn't even look Van Dyke in the eye anymore. We'll be careful, we promise. I know I will, at least. I probably need to be more careful than anyone else here. Now that that's settled, we should act quickly. Yeah, let's get this investigation started. So, yeah, investigation time. I think there is a... yeah, no. Basically, you do this up to a certain point and then you can hop off and do your optional quest. So, first things first. We need to decide where to start investigating. The logical starting point would be the Grand Market itself, the scene of the crime. Can't argue with that. We should probably get statements from those two merchants before anything else. Indeed, I anticipate they've calmed themselves by now, so perhaps we can get something a little bit more substantial from them. We still need to ascertain their innocence or guilt in the matter as well. We'll need to keep a close eye on the time, though. If we miss the last train towards Heimdall, we'll have no way of getting back to the Academy today. Plus, we've been given other tasks too, and I'd really like to get them done. In short, we need to keep moving. Our deadline is 9 p.m. We'll use every minute we have to accomplish everything we possibly can. Understood. You bet. Right. Okay, so, return free into the game again. So it's time to, I don't know if they'll let us go out into the world at large. Let's kick forward this plot a little bit more. If you go over to the stall, you can... oh, no, you can do this stuff, I guess. Excuse me, would you happen to be Lizzie? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no, this is the Lost Wallet quest. It's really simple. So, yeah. We got a situation at the market. We should, yeah, let's kick it forward a little bit more, I think. Yeah, so the merchants are upset, their shit's been broke, under cover of night. Yeah, no, not really willing to work with us students. However, he has a sample of his good, this weird bracelet. An accessory. Is that a brand that's popular in the capital? Been a real hit lately, yeah. I was hoping to bring the fad here by selling them at the market, but this is the only one I have left now. I dread to think how much money I lost in a single night. Damn coward sabotaging my business. Oh, he's clearly a prime suspect, so no evidence, etc. He's still pissed. And now it's time to talk to the other one. the hell am I supposed to do now? It broke all my boxes. You're investigating this mess, huh? Okay. Would you consider cooperating with us? See, Hayes willing to cooperate. I say we cut him some slack and hear him out. So, about last night, at the time the incident actually happened. Last night, huh? I don't know how much help I can be if that's what you're asking about. See, I left the market right after arguing with the merchant yesterday, and I didn't come back till this morning. I stayed over at a friend's place. Another merchant just got pissed drunk and ranted at him all night. And you're certain of this? Positive. Ask my friend if you don't believe me. He'll back me up. He'll tell you how drunk I got. I got fucking rip shit. I wandered over here with an awful hangover this morning, and what I found gave me a hell of a start. My whole stall in shambles. And as if that weren't bad enough, all the processed food I was going to sell was just gone without a trace. So the goods that were stolen were all processed foods. That's right, nuts, cheese, bacon, all foods that have a long shelf life made with local ingredients. Seeing all my stuff gone really sobered me up. It was like I hadn't even been drinking at all. Are you sure? Are you positive? Are you dead set that talking to a bunch of high school students about this is good? I guess they're more like college kid equivalent, but still, what the fuck, man? And then, that's when I went over to the fool's stall to pay him a visit. Why did you go straight to him? Because he was the one who did it, of course. I'm gonna strangle him. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no, he's sad. So, we found out that, yeah, no, dude was gone all night. That's the two victims of this crime, I have to say. What does everybody think? Can't be sure, but I don't really think either of them's responsible. The chance of them both committing the same crime on the same night without crossing paths is virtually nil. It's not impossible they were just out to steal the other's merchandise, but I don't believe that's what happened. Both of them have alibis confirming that they were somewhere else when the crime took place. Who could have caused this dastardly crime? It's impossible to say right now. We don't have any solid leads. We know who the culprit wasn't. But how are we supposed to start narrowing down who it was? The market itself seems unlikely to produce any further clues, so we should focus our attention elsewhere. Actually, there is one thing that's been bugging me. There's one group of people involved in this whole situation whose actions don't seem to make any sense. Maybe if we can work out the reasoning behind their strange behavior, we can come one step closer to finding our culprit. Whom do you mean? I'm talking about the market manager and his wife, the merchants, or the obvious choice. I'm not gonna wait for chat's answer here. It's the obvious choice. The provincial army. They haven't done a thing to try and solve this crime despite it happening right under their noses, and that begs the question, why Weimst? The market manager said they're refusing to fulfill their role due to the tax issue, which means the provincial army should refuse to intervene in quarrels within the market as well. If that's the case, then why did they come and intervene this morning? Now that you mention it, that really doesn't make any sense. Their methods were atrocious, but the fact is, they brought the dispute to an end almost instantly. They did get involved. Yeah, one minute they're refusing to do anything, then the next they're taking a stand. It's definitely suspicious. My point exactly. There's definitely something unnatural about the way that they're conducting themselves. And since we have no leads, what do you say we go to the Army's guardhouse and take a look around? We might be able to learn something from them that we couldn't do in our investigation. Yep, so we're gonna go see the Army. And I got an additional AP for being a smart cookie. Aren't you those students from that military academy, was it? What are you doing here? We're terribly sorry to trouble you, but we were hoping we might be able to, you might be able to help us with something. Could we ask you a few questions about the incident that occurred at the Grand Market this morning? What? What does this have to do with you? We're visiting this town on a field study as students of Thor's military academy. We would very much appreciate the chance to see how experienced soldiers such as yourselves handle difficult everyday situations. It seems like a perfect opportunity for an anecdotal case study, and you could prove most invaluable to our education, if you'd permit it. Laura's smooth. Alright, stay here, I'll see what I can do. Looks like we might be able to hear what they have to say for themselves after all. Nicely done, Laura. In times like these, we need to make good use of our positions. No one can fault a student for wanting to learn, after all. But now comes the hard part. Oh, this makes me nervous. Well, let's just wait and see what we can get out of them. Remember, it's not always what they say that matters, but how they say it. And even more importantly, what they don't say. Right. Green, that's almost a good thing to say. I hope you appreciate us taking time out of our busy schedules for this. So what do you want? And make it quick. I'm a busy man, you know. He's not even trying to keep up appearances. Unbelievable. I'll be brief then. We came to discuss the incident at the market this morning. Would we be correct in assuming that the Provincial Army will be conducting no further investigation? Is that all you came here to ask? Is that all? Should the armed forces charged with maintaining peace in this region not be taking this matter more seriously? Well, Laura, I'm not sure. You've got a big mouth for someone your age, and it seems you have a lot to learn about how military units actually work. What do you mean? Let me ask you this. What should the number one priority of the Provincial Army be in order to maintain the status quo? I'll tell you. Their number one priority should be to enforce the will of the region's ruling lord, Duke Alberea. As members of the Provincial Army, the will of the nobility is absolute. We're just following our orders, protecting what we have a duty to protect. I assume you're referring to the local petition against the sales tax increase. So you're saying as long as the petition isn't withdrawn, the Grand Market isn't something you have a duty to protect? Interpret my words however you will. We're soldiers, we follow our orders, that's how the military works. We don't need some fresh military academy inductees telling us how to do our job. This is nuts. Does he even have a tiny shred of shame? I was hoping we'd be able to get something out of him, but it sure doesn't seem too likely anymore. So is that it then? I hope this has been enlightening. Now if you'll excuse me, I have a job to do. Well, wait. Would you mind answering one more question? Elliot? Fine, ask it. Well, do you have any idea what might have happened to the goods Marco was handling? You know, the accessory merchant. All he had left was one sample. What are you talking about? That merchant from the capital, Heinz, was the one who was planning on selling accessories. What? What did you just say? Well, what are you all looking at me like that for? How do you know that? I was under the impression you hadn't investigated the matter at all. How peculiar. We only discovered that each of the merchants was intending to sell what each of the merchants was intending to sell a short while ago ourselves. So, sir, we have our own ways of finding these things out. You'll do well to not underestimate us. We've wasted enough time. Let me out. Yeah, Elliot with the good play. Do you think the fact that they know what each of the merchants was selling means they did investigate the matter after all? But the burglary happened last night, and it was only discovered this morning. Realistically, I don't think there was any opportunity during that time for them to do any digging, not without running into us. Agreed. I suspect that what each merchant was planning to sell, I suspect they knew what each merchant was planning to sell well in advance of yesterday's incident. That would be easy information for them to learn, since Duke Alberea must have issued permits for both stalls. That's true, and the army would have no trouble getting access to transaction records or something like that. But why would they bother? Maybe they needed to know so they could prepare. Prepare for what? I get the impression that the incident at the market has been carefully planned out for a while now. I don't think those two merchants being given permits for the same spot was a coincidence either. It was probably done to get them to start fighting, so they could be robbed while there was tension between them. Basically, to create a situation that couldn't be brought under control without the army's help. So the two merchants were being used all along. That does seem to fit perfectly with what happened this morning. Meanwhile, the Provincial Army has shown no interest in actively working towards a solution, unless the market manager chooses to withdraw his petition. So they waited for things to get out of hand, then showed up to force both parties into an uncomfortable truce. Eventually, the merchants would get worn down enough that they'd feel like they had no choice but to withdraw the petition. This is turning out to be an even shadier situation than I thought. Yeah, but thanks to Elliot, I do believe we finally uncovered the truth of the matter. This was indeed some very quick thinking you displayed, Elliot. You make a fine military strategist. I just got lucky is all. So, what we know is the Provincial Army is somehow involved in the actual perpetrators of this crime. The only way to solve it once and for all, though, seems to be, well, to find them and catch them. But if this was carried out by members of the Provincial Army, that's not going to be an easy task. No, I don't think anyone from the army was directly involved. Soldiers are far too proud to dirty their hands with such escapades. I tend to agree. Really, whoever the culprits are, I doubt they're still here in Celtic. There just aren't many viable places to hide such a huge volume of goods without them being found. That's a good point. Maybe they escaped by train. No, that can't be. Boarding a train with that much merchandise would rise... Suspicious! But that's much less than a day since the... But it's been much less than a day since the burglary happened, so they can't have gotten far. Maybe we should ask around on the main roads and see if anyone saw anything out of the ordinary. Someone suspicious might have been spotted leaving or even entering town. That sounds like a wise course of action. Come, let's resume our search. We mustn't let the cowardly thief run free. I wouldn't dream of it. Okay, so we got another degree of freedom. Lot of reading. Oh my god. Yeah, so now it's our job to wander around and find people with red exclamation points. Now, just to really quickly show you where you need to go. Talk to the girl over on the bench with the cat. Good cat. Lulu, are you okay? Look what that nasty man did to her. Is something the matter? I was just chasing after Lulu near the west entrance of town. It was this weird man asleep on the side of the street. Weird man? Sleep in the middle of a bustling town like this, oblivious to its dangers, suggests he must possess formidable skill. Or he was just really drunk. The nasty smell coming off him nearly made little Lulu faint. That's terrible. It really was. I don't know who he is, but I'll have to keep an eye on Lulu to make sure she keeps her distance from him. Huh? So he's not from this town, huh? I'm not sure. I only started seeing him around a few days ago. I've never seen him before that. Really now, sounds like late if I've ever heard one. If he's drinking in the middle of the day, and it isn't Instructor Sarah, then we know he's not a merchant at the very least. Yeah, I think we should go talk to him. Let's have a look near the west exit and see if we can track him down. Laura's like 18 wisdom, 8 intelligence, only thinking about sword at any given time. She's great. Drunk man. Sad drunk man. Looking after that in Nature Park was my whole life. Nature Park? You kids ain't heard of it? Udaria Nature Park is northwest of here. I wish to be the park ranger for that old dump. And then you lost your job. Yeah, out of nowhere too. I gave my life to that job I did. And then he just came and took it all from me. That same official just showed up out of nowhere and told me I was sacked. You can't take a man's livelihood off him like that. It's not fair. That job was my life. Yeah, we can see that. Something about this doesn't sound right, though. I agree. It hardly seems fair to take a man's job away from him without a good reason. Right? I'm glad somebody understands how I feel. There's no way a bunch of kids like that are going to do a better job than me. Kids? I was drinking here last night, too, and a bunch of kids in ranger uniforms were walking out of the town through the west exit. The weird thing was, they were carrying a bunch of wooden boxes in the middle of the night. Kids these days, I tell you, with their skateboards and their boom boxes and their wooden boxes and their nature parks, and they're taking my job and leaving me on the side of the road. I don't know what I'm saying, but if I helped you out, why not buy me a drink? No. I would suggest you start trying to sober yourself up instead. There's a good chance we may be able to recover both your park and your job. What? We know our next stop. Never talking to that man again. All right, Class 7, move out. Okay. I haven't looked at chat in a while because there's been a lot to read. How are you guys doing? Oh my god. Yeah, so next up we're gonna do our optional quests. So yeah, I'm mostly gonna be autoing through the dialogue here because it's pretty there's a quest monster. Go kill it. Hello, everybody. Hi, Roma. How's it going? TW Dungeon asks, hey, quick question, Jay. Who are you gonna romance? We're gonna... I kind of want to leave that to you guys, actually. I think that'll be fun. We'll probably need to commit to a route at some point, but, like... Oh, we'll let chat decide. That seems like a fun thing to do, actually. So, I believe it's West Celtic. Sorry, I suck with, North, South, East, West a lot. I wish I was better because I
We should
make
take
maps.
a right here to reach the nature park.
So we're just gonna quickly
Right.
stroll on
Let's
over
go
there.
and do this.
And I'm gonna talk to you guys for a little bit because this is gonna be so
Now's our chance.
random
We can do
battling.
this.
I'm seeing a lot of I'm seeing a lot of Roma cute boy, very important. That's who I usually go for. I'm seeing Laura, lots of Laura.
There.
That's exciting. Laura and Toa, good. You guys are good at this.
Hang it.
You have my thanks.
You understand the video game.
My turn.
Elliot or Gaius, good choices.
There.
It's my turn.
Go.
Is
We
everyone
probably
okay?
should get a little more experience. Let me double check what everybody's levels are. 9. I don't think we're gonna get to my nifty speed
My
tutorial.
turn.
That's fine.
My turn. There.
My disclaimer at the start of this run. There's one ability that will make speed make a lot more sense to
Here we go.
everyone
Okay.
because
Safe
it
for now.
directly interacts with that. Yeah, Gaius is top tier.
Right. Here we go.
I can do this.
My turn.
Laura's good. Yeah, no, I'm digging all the Lauras so far.
Hang in there.
Believe it or not, as you guys meet more of the characters, I get the feeling your impressions will change because, oh my god, a lot of them are really good.
It's my turn. Is everyone okay?
Okay. And yes, I did walk a complete circle around that map to avoid the mosquitoes. So Lunaria Nature Park is over here.
Go.
I think I actually want to go in the opposite direction. Did I do West Celtic instead of East? If I did, oops,
You have
sorry.
my thanks.
Oh my god, you guys are slightly too far apart. That's a little annoying. There we go. 0 arts.
I can do this. Let's go.
I'll pick you up. That was
Let's
perfect,
keep it up.
Elisa.
Yeah, their little interaction is cute. We're gonna find out if I went the wrong direction. Lunaria Nature Park's over there. Oh, duh! I went wrong direction. That's my bad. I believe I need to go up and this way. Yep. Sorry, I was
It's my turn.
heading towards the plot.
Now.
I'll pick you up.
Too slow. Go.
Ooh, see, Reen dodged and countered. His sword was exactly long enough to do that. Good on you, Reen.
There. Go.
An opening.
Lullaby hits everyone. Good job.
I can do this. Fire.
Go.
Here we go.
Yeah, and I think, weirdly, if you look at the snails, they are 100% vulnerable to sleep, which means sleep effects are
Off guard.
perfectly likely on them, which is funny to me.
Arcus,
Don't know
I can do
why.
this.
Let's
Let's
just
go.
get rid of them and get ready for a boss fight. So this is another one of those highway monsters, despite the fact that it's a giant weird moth thing.
Fire.
I like them. They're good. So, before fights like this, there's something you could do. Now, you could run around and wail on enemies until your CP recharges, but, you could also just run into a bench for a few seconds. Now, you can stroll up to the inn, accidentally talk to the waitress, and you can rest. And it says spend the night, but, you're not. Here. I think this is one of the ones that does. Yes. So if you look at our CP, 100 CP has been restored. So, if you go to sleep twice... you get the hysterical effect of getting 200 CP right off the bat. Let's walk up and down smash a monster. Yeah, let's just walk right into it.
This is a tough one.
So it is a caster, so you obviously want Reen to be delaying it as much as possible. Like, normally I'd open this up with a Motivate. God. I still kind of want to, but no, I need Autumn Leaf Cutter it. Interrupt its arts, stop it from casting for the love of God, because that shit hurts. And you get, you pretty much get, free, what you call it? What is it? Do I have an item that might help us out here? No. Okay, I think we can just cast normally on this guy. We shoot him. Screw it.
Arcus activate!
And then Laura, we've got a crit turn with Radiant Blade Dance.
My most powerful strike!
Hit it very hard. Yeah, there goes half its health, it's fine. Now, if you played this in slightly different order, there is something different that you can do
You have my
that is
thanks.
very advantageous, but it's honestly fine as is. I'm just gonna normal attack with Reen, because normal attacking has a smaller delay on it than using Trap.
My turn!
Also, ow, Reen. Ow! You'll notice the cast time on Tyr is very short. Fireball.
It's my turn.
Poor boy. And you'll notice that Laura is also not really getting her turn back. That's because, she used her S-Break, and S-Breaks have a gigantic timer on them. But now she's back, unless she's going to want an armor break. And Tyr on Reen, and this is a very straightforward fight. And he tries to cast, interrupt that shit with Autumn Leaf Cutter, and that's why you don't use traps, because they've got a longer delay on them. Interrupt. Simple. Blessed Arrow. Forever.
My turn!
And we managed to seal the boss, so it can do nothing this turn.
All right, let's do this. Right.
There we go.
Hang in there.
And yeah, spam that shit on Elisa. He's got a crit. You know who can take this over though? Laura. And probably
We should keep going.
not too shabby. Yeah, no, combat in this is it's snappy once you know what you're doing.
Not bad.
You defeated the quest monster. Good job. Oh yeah, no, important note. Even if you use an S-Craft and delay your turn a lot, you can S-Craft again. Like, say Elisa tags you in with another turn. Or there are characters that, like, swap around the turn order. It's really cool. This game is really mechanically deep. It's fun. And let's go talk to Otto. Good job. And that's that side quest complete, and we are currently doing Lost Wallet. They did not model the interior of the train station for this quest for God knows what reason. Go over to the Leathercock. Please, move. Let me talk to her. Thank you. There we go. And then I believe... yeah, you go to the Grand Market again, and there is somebody over in the corner. This is like, these side quests are very simple, but they are the key to getting good AP. Which, you know, we're gonna try to get every single point of AP. That's why we ripped off that poor side. Yes, one of my favorite characters. Oh, Idios, please have mercy on my poor soul. I simply cannot believe this. How am I supposed to live on, having lost all my mirror in a place like this? Looks like we found her. The tragic heroine act made it kinda obvious. Unfortunately, we'll have to interrupt her. Excuse me. Ah! Just who are all of you? Oh, you can turn right around if you're planning to rob me. I no longer have any... Please calm down. We just want to ask you something. Are we correct in assuming you're Annabelle? I am. I thought so. You wouldn't happen to recognize this wallet, would you? They showed Annabelle the wallet. That's my wallet. Where did you find it? Well, you see. They returned the lost wallet to Annabelle and explained the situation to her. Thank you so much. I'm surprised to hear that a merchant from the Grand Market kept it safe for me, however. Kindness remains within people's hearts after all, it seems. Looks that way, yeah. Regardless, I'm very grateful that you found it for me. Is there any particular amount that you'd like in return? You can take half of what's currently in here if you'd like. I don't think we can accept that. Your thanks alone are enough. I see. Well, how about this then? I purchased it as a souvenir at the Grand Market before the Great Wallet Search began. Received. Pickard plush. I see no reason you can't accept it. In fact, I insist. I hope you find it useful. Thank you. We gratefully accept that. You're very welcome. Thanks again for finding my wallet. Annabelle doesn't seem like anybody yet. You'll see a lot of her. You'll be seeing a lot of her. So you managed to find the owner after all. Thank goodness. I can't thank you enough. Please excuse us. Lost wallet complete. Yeah, okay. No, Annabelle's great. And I believe there's nothing else for us to do other than go to Lunaria Nature Park. Looney Tune Land. Let's equip everybody up with new accessories. Strength, arts. Elliot, my boy, you got the arts. Green, let's give you this strength and get rid of your seal. And let's give you that, Pickard. Yeah, that's fine. I know, like, Laura gets technically more returns on strength. I just like green a lot. I'm sorry my reason is dumb, but it's just the truth. We could probably stand to open up a few more slots, but I think we're gonna be fine. So yeah, we gotta go to the nature park. I am not fighting any dragonflies today. It's not the day for that.
Here we go!
So you'll notice that a lot of the enemies here are kind of frustrating to fight. Like, this thing doesn't take much damage from slicey slices. This thing can't be slicey sliced. There's always this option. The fuck off option.
Retreat!
60% chance, let's roll them bones. Oh, we failed. Oh, Laura's confused. She's gonna murder one of her friends. Chances have increased by 10% for failing.
Let's get going.
There you go. Simple. Flea mechanic is, yeah, it's just that. Odds go up every time, and if you're ambushed, your odds are significantly lower.
There! Go!
So yeah, I'm gonna be taking a look at Cat again. There's gonna be some fighting on our way over.
Got you.
My turn.
Right. All right.
Is there a book chapter I wanted? There is. Oh, you are correct. It's in one of the farmhouses. Thank you for reminding me. I believe it is over here. Oh, it's past those evil dragonflies. Maybe? I don't know. We're gonna go into the farmhouses. I think this is the book chapter I missed on my playthrough. I believe it's in here. Is it you? Yep. There we go. We got our book. Thank you for the reminder. I genuinely, like, I did remember this one. It is something that I will forget. Like, please, whenever there's a book chapter up. Oh my god.
Lunaria Nature Park, huh? Seems less like a park and more like a forest.
Yeah, it really does feel a little out of place sitting smack dab in the middle of farmland as far as the eye can see.
It may have had some religious significance in ages past. Perhaps it was a place where the animists of ancient times chose to enshrine the spirits of the forest.
God, animism is so cool in this setting.
There's a place much like that in my hometown.
Yeah, there's one in mine too.
So cool.
That park ranger made it sound like there would be people here. If they really are the culprits, maybe they've run away already.
This woodland is too dense to reliably intuit whether anyone awaits within.
Yeah.
What's this?
It's...
A bracelet?
Ho 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 ho!
How did a bracelet come to be in a place such as this?
Just as I thought. This bracelet has the same design on it as the ones at the merchant from the...
What?
Really? You're sure?
Positive. There's not a doubt in my mind that it was designed by the same person. Care to give a second opinion on that, Laura?
I'm hardly qualified to weigh in on recent trends, but there do seem to be a number of similarities between this bracelet and the merchant's goods.
So the fact that it's here means...
Yeah. It's extremely likely the culprits we're looking for are inside this park.
Sure seems that way to me.
It only opens from the inside.
Oh, we gotta
I
give up.
suppose that leaves us little choice.
Are you going to destroy it?
Will you be able to...
The lock seems quite solid, but
Wait. I'll do it. I can get it done more quietly.
oh?
Really?
Huh.
What are you going to do?
Lots of protagonists
The
gain
8 leaves
power.
One Blade School's 4th form, Autumn Leaf Cutter.
Now, lots of protagonists gain power when their life is put in danger, when they fight their greatest foe. Reen powers up when he confronts the greatest enemy of all, a gate. Swing!
Huh?
Seriously?
Wow! You cut it right in two!
I did, thankfully.
Spectacular. It's an honor bearing witness to one of the skills of the 8 Leaves School.
Thanks, but I'm still more or less a beginner. Anyway, we don't have much time left. Let's head inside and see if we can find them.
Right. We need to find them before the sun starts to set.
Looks like we can still make it after all.
Excellent. Come then, we must make haste.
Here we go. And... Oh, I guess it doesn't say you can do it quite yet. Yeah, I think it's the very next, like, I walk through a loading screen and it'll let us know. Maybe? No, huh?
There's tons of little stone monuments in here.
Oh, I love this zone.
Yeah. What do you think they're supposed to be?
I imagine they were made by the animists in this province.
So yeah, there is... You've heard a name mentioned a few times, the goddess Idios, just like the Septian Church. That is the current world, like, religion. But animism existed before and continues to exist, and remnants of it are pretty much everywhere. But yeah, now it's time for Zen Forest Dungeon.
Enemy sighted!
It's my
I
turn.
like this place quite a bit.
Turn to flames.
Clockwork Grunt says, Jay, you criminal, you put me to sleep for 2 hours with this. It was that comforting. Thank you. I actually really like hearing that. That's very nice.
Now!
My turn! Now's our chance!
An opening!
Right!
I don't think I can kill these before they'll get a turn. No
My
one's
turn.
here for us.
Right! Hey! Now! Your swordsmanship
I've got a
gets
way to
better
go
with
to get to
every
your
battle.
level.
I was hoping that would happen. So, the turbo mode in this game is hysterical and will make the voices trigger out of order so that the characters just talk over each other if you get a unified finish like that. I'll try to get one that isn't them doing that. I'm sorry. That's... Oh my god, that's so funny.
My turn!
I'll try my best to actually give you guys what they sound like.
My turn! There!
Right. Hang in there.
You have my thing.
Thanks! My turn! Right!
My turn! There!
My turn!
Can I aim this in such a way that it gets both? Nope. No way. Close, but not quite. Okay.
Shatter!
Crunch 'em.
Off guard!
Right. Let's go.
I'll bed you up!
Go!
It's my
I
turn.
don't think we
Let's
get.
go.
Oh,
I'll bed you up!
here we go.
That was perfect, Elisa!
Let's keep it up.
Nah, it's neutral, I guess. Like, every single character has one of these for every single other character, so like they're not all gonna be winners, I guess.
You still have a lot of training to
So
do.
the game also will let you just blow up shit with an S-break turn 1. So a reasonable enough tactic is to do this. I'll show you this for like a group or two. And then swap them back. Let's swap Force to Laura here. So this is generally what I do in the first chapter, just when I want to clear the place.
Here we go.
Reen actually does very well with additional attack in the first turn. But Laura's the only character with an S-break early on, so her getting extra dock back from killing things is extremely valuable.
It's my turn.
See, her S-break is already pretty much recharged.
Is everybody okay?
So we can walk into the next combat.
Enemy sighted.
Oh, Laura
Take
got
him
to
out.
turn first. Walk up
Here we
and
go.
just blow it up. Oh. It is a little bit of a small AoE. But take a look at this. Thanks to the Force Quartz, you blow up 2 of them and you just get 12 back immediately. Oh, it's juicy. And then Reen deals a bunch of damage with this.
Right. Fire.
Right.
Right.
As far as like clearing trash mobs goes, I'm a pretty spammy player actually. I really like being able to spam my S-breaks. So Force is ideal for that. Oh, nice, Cannon leveled up. And Force leveled up. 10 CP per enemy killed. That's the upgrade you want. Its effectiveness actually doubles.
This way's a dead end.
I'm aware.
Yeah, this park covers a lot more area than I was expecting.
I wonder if I'll... No, I'm probably...
That looks like a tough
Okay.
one. Be careful.
That, yeah, no, we'll fight that. So, this is our first introduction to a strong monster. In every zone, there's basically a monster that's as strong as, like, one of those highway hunt monsters that just wanders the hell around for fun.
My turn.
That's one of them. So we're gonna build up some CP on Laura really quick, so we can cheap shot it right up the bat. Because I do want to try to at least attempt to show you guys every mob.
It's my turn. Fire.
Of course. Fool!
There we
Evil
go.
will fall before my
job,
pipe.
Laura. Okay, Laura's gonna roll in with a full super. Make sure everybody's full. Everybody's already full. That was a waste. Whatever. And
right.
I think these strong monsters can be stunned by Laura.
It's my turn.
Let's see. Yeah, you just full CP.
Here we go.
Oh no! It's the the Sasa Panda. I thought it was gonna be Sassy Panda. They've got weird names, like there's like Murderous Panda in the earlier games.
There.
This is a slightly more trustworthy panda, I suppose.
It's my turn.
Right.
My turn.
There we go.
My turn.
It's my turn.
Go.
My turn. Evil will fall before my.
Okay. Yeah, let's just see how hard we can hit this thing. Fight one more mob. There we go. And you can see it's actually very, very quick to
It's
level
my
up in
turn.
this game.
Right.
You pretty much don't need to grind because if you just go into every hard fight with 100% CP, you'll auto grind on your own.
Of course.
I don't know. It's got a good balance and
It's
feel
my
to
turn.
it.
Go.
I'll pick you up.
Also, when it's on turbo, the animations feel incredibly snappy.
Got you.
They're a little, I will say they do feel a little on the slow side when you're not playing on turbo, but
My turn.
still, for a Vita game ported up, it's
I've got a
nice.
way to go to get to you.
Oh boy, they're talking over each other again. I should have slowed down. Tira, okay. Let's go fight the big scary boy. And yeah, I'm not breaking open every single crate. I'll like do it sometimes, but it's not very
That
fun to
looks
watch.
like-
Okay, let's fight this guy.
This looks tough.
I can
Careful.
do this.
I think we can probably just almost
Let's
clear
go.
those guys before they get a turn.
Good night. Right.
I want to see how hard I hit one of these when it's armor breakered. Oh, fuck, I might be able to just kill him. Yeah, fuck it.
Shatter.
And we sealed it. I don't know if I'm actually going to use my S-Break for
Alright,
this. I don't
let's
know
do
if we need it. Okay, yeah, we need it. Okay, so overcharge
Hang in there.
Laura,
You have my thing.
and then just go ham with Radiant Dance. Yeah, that one's super dead, but for curiosity's sake, let's see how hard it gets it.
Behold, my most powerful strike.
I just want to see the numbers.
Radiant blade dance.
Oh, she only has the... Okay, 3,000. With the defense down, that's not bad. Oh, Elliot's face!
Give it up, everyone.
Yeah, so you can tell these things are significantly stronger. And they can stun you for many sequential turns.
Thanks.
There we go. Check efficacy, yeah, why not?
Arcus, activate.
My turn.
Good job, Elliot.
It's my turn. Hang in there.
You have my thing.
There we go.
Good night.
I don't know why it's going just ape shit on Elliot.
Here we go.
I'm so sorry, my son.
Okay, it's safe for now.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's... I'm gonna be honest. First time I played that thing kicked my ass.
Oh, there's a stream here. This seems like a nice spot.
Got it? Okay.
We have.
Here we go. There. Now's our chance.
An opening.
I can do this.
Many mushrooms.
Fire!
Right.
You having a good night? I'm having a good night.
My turn. Now.
I can do this. Hang in there.
You have my thing.
Here we go. There.
My turn. You still have a lot of training to do.
Oh yeah, fishing. I can fish here. I'm not gonna. I'm sorry. I'm not doing fishing in this run.
Here we go.
It's my
It
turn.
would lengthen things significantly.
My
We'll
turn.
come back later
There.
this year. I'll make a save.
Let's go.
Do a fishing
Of
stream
course.
at some point. Just we will die before this game is done if we stop and do
Here we
like
go.
all the
My
fishing,
turn.
cooking, etc.
We should keep going.
Oh. Usually this is anxiety time, but this is super chill. Yeah, no, like
Go.
weirdly this game has helped me a lot with things lately, so yeah, no, I feel you.
My turn.
This is like there's something rhythmic and nice about how everything plays out.
Right.
My turn. There. Now's our chance.
An opening. My turn. Right.
Arcus, activate.
It's my turn.
Ha! Thanks. Here we go.
It's my turn.
Yeah, so small detail, you'll notice that
Go.
the healing spell in this game is
You still have a
called
lot
Heal.
of training to do.
Now, I am a sucker for what you'll see in like the Persona games where they rename
I can't sense anyone in this
like
area.
fire to Aji or Agi. I don't actually know how it's pronounced, but I like small details of like what is ostensibly
That looks like a
cure
tough
spell
one.
has
Be
been
careful.
renamed to something else. Saw me. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can sneak up on the big man. Try to sneak up on the big man. Shit. Just chase him with your giant sword. No! Oh my god, I'm so bad at using Laura. So, funny thing, there are actually differences between characters on the world map. They all have like different swing rates. Generally, the bigger and dumber their weapon, the slower they are, and the more noticeable they are, and also
careful,
the stronger the enemy.
Here we go. All right,
Yeah.
let's do this.
Okay.
This is actually a pretty dangerous fight, but I'm not worried actually.
Give it up.
Sounding beat and hope Laura doesn't get punched in the face. Oh, Reen, you bastard. Come on, Laura. Ah, there she goes.
I can do this.
Yeah, I think we gotta run. Maybe I can cure faint on her and she'll be fine. Okay, Laura. Counting on you to do something with this.
You have my thing.
Now that they've all grouped up, we can
Behold.
blade dance and whack them. Close. Damn close. Bye, Rain.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Okay.
I can do this.
So, we want to pull off anything that'll hit a bunch of mobs. Because they're very, very low.
Let's go.
Good. Oh, please stop getting KO'd, you guys. Good job, Elliot. You did it. Good job, Elisa. You did it.
That takes care of them.
A lot of XP for everybody but Reen, who was currently on the floor. Reen doesn't deserve this.
Oh, a treasure
There
chest.
we go. Coral ring. Okay. I believe we should be more or less coming up on the end of this dungeon. Nope, not dealing with that.
Just how deep does this forest go?
Exactly this map, friend.
We must be pretty far in now. I'd imagine we're almost there.
So let's just stroll up. I love this little area with 500 clouds of mushrooms in it.
Come on then.
It's just like, so if you're looking for an area to restore your CP, it's a really good spot for it. Like,
my
say
turn.
Reen got KO'd, just like super bad. This would theoretically be a good place to restore all of your,
It's my turn. Now.
I'll pick you up. Of course. Off guard.
There we go.
Your swordsmanship
I've got
gets
a way to
better
go
with
to get to
every
your
battle.
level.
Your swordsmanship is, I've got a long way to go! I can't get over that. I
my
swear to
turn.
God I'm not doing it on purpose.
Hang in there.
You have my thing.
Here we go. There. Go.
An opening.
Lullaby. Everyone. Oh, so satisfying.
Right. Hang in there.
You have my thing. Thanks.
My turn.
Right.
God.
My turn. Hey.
Yeah, no, that was. Oh, Reen, stop getting knocked out,
Of course.
please.
Right.
My turn. Hey. We should keep going.
There we go. See how many freaking mushrooms
turn.
there are here?
There. Go.
An opening.
It's my turn.
You know what? This
My
is
turn.
fine.
Of course. Now.
It's my turn.
Not yet.
Reen, you're doing
An
great.
opening.
Right. Arcus activate.
Thanks.
Right.
I can do this.
My turn.
And now Laura's at 200, so we are pretty good for the boss that's definitely not coming up.
I'm sorry, everyone.
Oh no, I
can do
didn't
this.
notice my boy was
Here
so
we go.
low. I actually feel very bad about that.
Your swordsmanship gets better with every
I've
battle.
got a way to go to get to your level.
Okay, I stopped it just in time that time, guys.
It's a treasure chest.
I am sorry, Elliot. Yeah, so you'll notice that arts are actually a little expensive, so I'm running on the low side at this point.
Oh, hey! There's an orphan charging.
You're not allowed to interact with stuff while people are talking.
It must be in the most remote reaches of the park.
Okay, so this Ordnance Station special, it'll let us buy and upgrade stuff, which is a good thing because we've actually got a lot of slots we can open. I'm going to open up this slot for Ian. I think you need an additional slot the most. And, yeah, you do, bud, sorry. No, you're fine, because I want to go in and I want to see how many time ports we have, or action ports, because action is very good. It gives you +3 speed, which is gigantic. Okay. Ports. Inventory, I think I only have one equipped. Yep, there we go. We're just all action. Nothing but action. So, we're gonna actually swap her to normal action. Swap you to action. Sorry, my strategy is really brick shit simple. It's everybody gets a lot of turns. Because, this is a good enough time to explain this. What I was talking about earlier, actually, with speed. Now, every attack or ability has what's called delay on it. Every attack that you make, every move that you make, upsets your position in the turn order. Let's get into a fight and I'll actually show this off. There's better quartz arrangement, I just want to illustrate this point. So, yeah.
Here we go!
If you look at my attack, when I go to the enemy, you'll see delay 28 on Reen. If, that's just with a normal attack. But what if I try moving? You'll see that I'm at delay 31. Or at 21, god, reading. That's a significantly lower delay, and it means my turn will roll around more quickly. Furthermore, arts, you'll see delay 7, that's the cast time, and then I'll have a recharge period after that. And then crafts. You'll see that Reen down there is a delay 36. That's because, and this is where the chart I showed earlier comes in, every single thing that you do has a multiplier on it that's basically your overall delay multiplier that's then divided by your speed score. So, an attack action is, I believe it's 2,000. And then it's divided by whatever your speed is. So, I should double check what Reen's speed is. And, that's how you get your total delay at the end of it. Crafts are 3,000. Moving is... God. Or attacks might be 2,500. Let me check my numbers. Yeah, no, it's like... So, yeah, no, like... The math on this gets pretty interesting once you get, like, pretty deep into it. The interesting thing is our boy Reen here can inflict delay on his attacks, Autumn Leaf Cutter in particular. So this delay plus 15 takes that total after the division that you get for your next turn and adds the 15 to it. So if your characters can theoretically come in under 15 delay, you can outspeed the enemy consistently and deny them turns, which is a fascinating system, let me tell you. But that's not all that delay has to offer. There's also speed boosts that functionally increase the potency of your divisor, so you get to act more often. And there's also, let me see. There's also speed penalties on the enemies. Yeah, so Reen's at currently speed 69. Elisa's at speed 65. Yeah, 64, 61. Now, also remember for speed, all of your Master Quartz have different speed values on them too. And Force is a pretty fast one. I know it only says 3, but it's pretty quick for this game, actually. There's a lot of, like, there's a lot of little quiet systems going on. So yeah, that's to illustrate what I was getting into at the start of this, and I will finish setting up my ports now. I don't want Elliot to die. I'd make a cast for him if I had the slot for it. And having another healer would be nice, actually. So, yeah, this is looking fine. It's not a perfect setup, but I think it should be adequate for this boss. But yeah, as we get additional characters, there is one character in this game who is unique because her crafts are actually on a shorter delay than everybody else's crafts, or one of them in particular. Reen, furthermore, will get an ability later that has a delay total on it that is as low as a normal attack. He won't get it this session, but he'll get it next one. Which means Reen can use that craft as if he was just auto-attacking, which makes him very dangerous, especially because that craft inflicts delay on enemies. It's, there's some serious crunch to the gameplay, and as we go into the more broken builds, we'll get into it. But, yeah, it's time for some fucking cutscenes.
There they are.
Not bad for a night's work. And if those idiots don't withdraw that petition, we'll be able to make even more.
Don't get carried away now. We get a reward for all this anyway. We're making out just fine as it is.
Still, who were those guys? The provincial army seemed happy to go out of their way for them.
No idea. But then, I can never figure out what that man's thinking. None of our business either. We just need to be ready to abandon this place at a moment's notice.
You're not going anywhere.
You are under arrest.
Who's there?
Students?
I know I locked the gate.
Don't tell me you broke in.
Indeed, we did.
It looks
We're
like
so
so goods are all
proud.
here too.
We caught you red-handed.
They're just kids. We should be no match for
Those are your last guns?
Since we're all alone out here, ain't nobody gonna see a thing.
Hope you're ready for the beating of your lives.
Holy
I
shit!
highly doubt we'll be the ones to endure a beating here today.
As long as we make good use of the Arcus's combat links.
Yeah, they don't stand a chance.
Here we go.
You guys are facing down automatic
Enemy
weapons.
sighted. Take them out.
Okay. That's fine. Will she go before the people she's targeting? Okay, yeah. She targets
Let's go!
everyone.
Right.
Let's see if Blue Lullaby works.
Good night.
Nope.
Here we go.
A little too hopeful, but
All right, let's do this.
there you go. Why are you shooting Elisa? She's all the way back there. There we go.
Right.
God, Earthclaver's fun to use. Oh god, they're shooting. Why are they actually shooting us? Okay. You need a bit more rain.
Thanks.
Yeah, Elliot. Oh my
My
god,
turn.
beautiful work.
There.
And another note, delay works differently on bosses. Bosses have 80% delay resistance, so you still get a little bit in, but less so. But like, sort of random, like, trash mob
You
enemies
have my things.
actually have pretty much no delay resistance, and it becomes very easy to just infinite them, which is great.
My turn.
There we go.
Oh, we did it.
I did it!
You did it. You fought off a bunch of people with machine guns. Holy shit, you kids.
This has got to be some kind of joke. They're kids.
How pitiful. That barely even qualifies as a warm-up.
Well, when you're used to Instructor Sarah's training exercises, warm-ups take on a whole new meaning.
That's very true.
Bottom line, we won. Fair and square. I'd suggest you surrender yourselves and apologize to everyone in the Grand Market for all the trouble you've caused.
And we'll be returning those stolen goods to their rightful owners, too.
We would also be very interested to learn who hired you.
You must be out of your damned minds if you really think you've won.
Elliot?
What's wrong?
I don't know. I just thought I heard the sound of a flute.
Dude!
Huh?
What was...
It sounded like the cry of an enormous beast.
What's happening?
It's coming this way!
Yeah! Roaring baboon, run.
A giant baboon?
It's you!
I believe we're dealing with the ruler of this forest. What would you suggest?
Well, they may be thieves, but we can't just leave them to die. We're going to have to fight it.
Understood.
Oh,
Okay, here we go.
Watch out. This is a tough one.
And he even comes with those horrible, horrible strong mob ads. It's great. This trade is wonderful. So he's got defense up. Actually chilling for a hot sec might not be the worst idea. He's got 3 turns on that. I think an armor breaker will nullify that, but mostly I want to wait for these Gordy chiefs to like sort of form up. So we're gonna take an interesting step and actually move Laura over here.
My turn.
Feet.
Give it up, everyone.
Epiphany! Reen can now use Flame Smash! Slash! Jesus. Reen can now use his S-Craft. He can out... Yep.
Here we go.
No, so now Reen also has an S-Craft. Yeah, no, I love that. Epiphany's really cool.
I can do this.
Please do not punch Reen in the face. He just had an epiphany. He deserves this. Is that one over there? Okay.
Let's go! Ha!
That's completely fine.
Of
Or,
course.
walk over and down smash.
Shatter!
Reen, you didn't get fainted. Yes. Elliot, you're awesome. Holy shit, you guys. Here they come.
It's my turn.
Okay.
Let's go!
That.
My turn.
All
All right,
motivate.
let's do this.
Now the buff, you'll notice on each of the characters, has basically shifted color from yellow to or yellow to red, which means it is now extremely powerful.
Give it up, everyone.
It means it's a 50% boost, so I'm just buffing the crap out of us. We're at 50% defense and offense now. Or strength, sorry. Elliot, no. Yeah, Laura, good work.
Fool!
Okay.
Of course.
So now with our comically high stats, let's walk over, hit this guy, and then Radiant Dance at 200% power. I don't even want to hit that guy. Bullshit. Okay. Fine. Yeah, let's get these two. That one's almost dead.
Behold, my most powerful strike!
Let's behold their most powerful strike.
Radiant Blade Dance!
And yeah, solid damage.
I can do
A lot
this.
of damage.
Hang in there!
There we go. Get everybody rolling again.
My turn.
Walk over, get a single hit in with Reen, and then give it the Flame Slash.
Flames, gather on my blade.
God, it looks so good. Reen, you're cool. You're doing great. Elliot, I'm sorry. Yeah, that applies Seal, which is rough
My
stuff.
turn.
So nobody here can use their crafts, which is like
Of course.
sucks a bit, but it's fine.
Shatter!
Drop his defense whenever you can. Also, it seems like he similarly got sealed.
Here we go.
Yeah, let's just walk up and hit him. Now, you'll see that everybody's buffs are pretty much moving at a different rate. That's because it counts it on your turn, whether or not you have a buff. So, you'll notice Laura only has one turn of super strength and super defense left. We're gonna cheat and make her Radiant Blade dance for that turn, because, you know, we want to be as cheap as possible. And it's go, so it's gonna do the
My turn.
nothing. It's gonna do the nothing. Fantastic.
All right, let's do this. Understood.
Now, here's another lesson. Reen just motivated again. Reen is still at the red strength buff. Laura is now at the yellow strength buff. That means Reen is at 50%, Laura's at 25%. Simple.
Give it up,
I can do this. Fire!
There we go.
My turn.
Let's
All
keep
right,
moving,
let's.
Laura. Oh my god, it just wants to punch Elisa. Like, really badly. I think everybody
Give it up.
needs more defense.
Of course.
Really, Elisa.
Shatter!
Armor Breaker, Death Down! Yeah, no. This guy isn't awful, but he is absolutely the first boss that's like, okay, this is a test.
Arcus,
Now you'll notice that Elisa's pretty low, and if this boss goes after Elisa again, she's probably in a bit of trouble. Oh, okay, you didn't. Reen. Oh my god, Reen, I'm so sorry.
My turn.
So, I didn't buy Reen any new gear.
Focus activate.
So, I thought that was gonna kill him. Good job, man. It was the boss's equivalent of a super. Don't worry about it.
I can do this.
Reen just took it in the face.
You have my thanks.
And once he wakes up, he's got his S-craft. Unless, of course, the boss just keeps hitting him for fun.
Fool. My turn.
Okay. Let's check your weaknesses. Slightly weak to wind. I think our pal
Give it
Reen
up,
over there needs this the most. Reen, you feel like waking up? Nah, you fine.
Right.
Okay. So we're gonna hit him with a Curia Bomb that just cures any abnormal statuses, because we want him to tag in and not waste his turn being KO'd, because he can S-break.
Flames, gather on my blade.
And there it goes, another slashy slash.
Right.
And then you want a Blessed Arrow again.
You have my
Tag her in. Yeah, you're starting to see why Elisa's so good. And I believe that should be that. Everybody give it up for Reen. He survived getting hit by a train.
You should keep going.
Ooh, and we got an attack 2 quartz from that. Very nice.
That was kind of terrifying.
I thought we were done for.
Still, at least we were able to defeat it. Reen, what was that skill you just performed?
Oh, it was something I've been working on for a while.
I set my sword on fire, and then I catch on fire, then everything's on fire. You can't stop it. It's a really good move.
This was the first chance I had to put it through its paces, though. I definitely feel like I'm getting the hang of it now.
I see.
You really are amazing, Reen.
Yeah, you're always there to help us when we need it most.
No, that's not true. There's really only so much I can do on my own. We wouldn't have been able to defeat that thing if we hadn't all been working together as a team.
Oh, sweet
This was
boy.
a victory for Group A as a whole.
Group A, fuck Group B.
Indeed.
Unbelievable.
What are these kids even doing here?
That bastard. This wasn't supposed to happen.
Who are you talking about?
It seems we have some unwelcome guests.
There they are!
And they're not alone.
Put your hands in the air!
Don't try to resist.
Why are you surrounding us and not them?
Keep your mouth shut!
Don't think we're gonna go easy on you just because you're students.
Looks like all your hard work was for nothing, huh? Sucks to be you.
I love that guy.
They're not even trying to hide their involvement.
Utterly shameless.
You're jumping to an awful lot of conclusions. I see two groups of people in a collection of stolen goods, but no indication of which group is responsible. Do you have any way to prove that the four of you aren't the perpetrators?
What? Do you intend to frame us?
This is preposterous.
I'm just telling you that you need to mind your own business and learn your place. The Kreutzen province is the territory of Duke Alborea, and I will not have a gaggle of bratty students poking their noses where they don't belong. You will back down now, or we'll be more than happy to arrest you right here and drag you to Berea Heart City, kicking and screaming.
Damn.
This is ridiculous.
I'm afraid you'll be doing no such thing.
What?
Who's there? Oh!
It's the Railway Military Police.
Railway Military Police?
Yeah, the RMP.
They're supposed to be the most elite unit in the whole of the Imperial Army.
Sorry, I like this character.
I see Maiden.
Why has one of the Chancellor's dogs come here?
What is the meaning of this? This area is under the jurisdiction of the Kreutzen Provincial Army. The Imperial Army has no right to intervene.
With all due respect, Keldic is a major interchange station in our railway network. So in point of fact, we have every right to investigate any incidents that occur in this general vicinity, as I'm sure you well know. And in accordance with our investigation thus far, after having questioned all those connected to the incident, we have concluded that it is impossible for any of these students to be guilty of these crimes. Do you wish to contest this judgment?
I suppose not.
Well then, may I suggest you leave us to do our jobs? The RMP will take responsibility for returning all of the stolen goods to their rightful owners as well.
Men, withdraw! We're returning to Keldic.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir.
You've got to be kidding me! We had a deal!
Train
Put them into
cops.
custody.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, crap. Totally boned.
There's no point in resisting.
You're coming with us.
Damned Ironblood dog.
She's really pretty.
Is she really part of the RMP?
Thank you all very much for your assistance. My name is Captain Claire Revelt of the Railway Military Police. We're a division of the Imperial Army. And you are the visiting students from Thor's Military Academy, are you not? I'll need to file a report about what happened here. So would the four of you mind accompanying me?
She's the best. Now, this is still Trails of Cold Steel, and no government organization is good, but this person is good. We really are grateful for everything you've done today. Thanks to you, the stolen goods have been recovered and those responsible have been found and arrested. I can't possibly express my gratitude. I'm just glad we were able to help. Besides, it's thanks to the RMP's involvement that we were able to catch the culprits in the end. Oh, there's no need to be so modest. All we did was physically arrest the culprits. The rest was entirely on you. If not for your assistance in stopping the criminals from escaping, we would have missed our chance to intervene altogether. I believe the credit for this achievement is yours and yours alone. All this attention is kind of embarrassing. Still, I suppose it would be rude not to accept your thanks. Indeed, you should all be very proud of what you've accomplished here. So, can we leave everything in your hands from here on out, Captain? Of course, I'm intending to leave a number of our soldiers here for the time being. Rest assured that we'll take care of any further problems that may arise. We are greatly obliged. Still, while your personal loyalties may differ, both the RMP and the Provincial Army are made up of Erebonian soldiers, so I'd appreciate it if you tried not to stand out too much. Your presence may create some anxiety in the locals. I'll be sure to keep that in mind. Thank you for your cooperation with our report. I'm sorry to take up so much of your time. No, not at all. And we really appreciate you coming to our aid like that. Well, there's no need to thank me, really. In fact, the more I think about it, the more I regret having stepped in at all. Overcoming such an impossible situation was probably meant to be part of your field study too. To build character, perhaps. What?
Yeah, I may be good, but I'm not that good.
Oh! Instructor?
I was wondering when you'd show up.
It's been a while, Sarah.
That it has. 6 months, give or take? Honestly, I had no idea you RMP folks were gonna get involved with this. I suppose you had everything that was happening here figured out all along.
You overestimate my abilities. I did receive a report that suggested there might be trouble here, but that's it.
Oh, from your brother, I take it. Nothing gets past you lot.
We're just trying to make sure we're prepared to deal with any problems that might arise. But I'm sorry to say I don't have any more time to catch up with you right now. I really need to be taking my leave. I wish all the best to you and the rest of Class 7.
Ah.
Was she really part of the military? She sure didn't seem it. Her movements and actions, however, were those of a skilled officer. Highly skilled. Yeah, and the rest of the railway military police seemed really well trained too. You know her, Instructor? You could say that. Anyway, it looks like you've managed to finish up all the tasks I laid out for you. So I think it's about time we take our leave of this place too. Understood. Do take care, everyone. Give your regards to Principal Van Dyke. And if you're ever in the area again, please do come to the market and say hi. You'll be more than welcome. We will. Thank you for everything. So long, Claire. Oh boy. I like the side characters in this game a lot. They're good. Sarah's the best. She's already passed out.
She's asleep again.
You don't think she's faking it, do you?
No. Judging by her breathing, I believe she really is asleep.
Well, it sounds like Group B turned out to be a complete disaster. If she had to deal with them, then come back here on the same day, I'll bet she's totally spent.
Yeah, good point. Anyone would be exhausted trying to sort that out.
It's hard to imagine her actually working hard, though, considering her usual attitude.
It does seem as though she's genuinely looking out for us, however.
So, this is how our first field study trip comes to an end, huh? I think I might have an idea now as to why we're here, though.
I had the same thought. Testing the Arcus is clearly a big reason for coming here, but it's not the only reason. I think it has more to do with making sure we see everything that's going on with our own eyes.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking too. Learning more about places in Erebonia we've only read about in books, and getting to see the issues occurring in those regions firsthand.
Indeed. And just as we thought and acted swiftly in the face of crisis this time, so too may we be called upon to do so again. These field studies may aim to test and cultivate those skills in preparation for our futures.
Exactly. Add to that good judgment, decisiveness, and general conduct.
Wallet finding.
And I'd say we have a pretty clear picture as to why we're out in the field. Basically, we're training everywhere we go.
Well, you're about half right.
God damn it, Sarah.
Instructor.
I was so certain you were sound asleep.
What can I say? I can nod off and back on again in the blink of an eye. It's what I do. As you rightly noted, Having first-hand knowledge of the areas to which you might be deployed is of tremendous importance, as is the ability to make swift, accurate judgments and solve problems with or without orders. Developing all these skills to their fullest is definitely a major part of why you're undertaking these field studies.
Just as I thought.
It's an interesting approach, but honestly, I've never heard of any other military academy trying it.
You say we're only half right, however. Which begs the question, what's the rest of the story?
Is something wrong?
Oh, no, not at all. I was just thinking about what we did during our field study and why we were doing it. The whole concept seems eerily similar to the MO of bracers.
Now that you mention it...
The Bracer Guild prides itself in protecting civilians over all else, so it seems an unusual source of inspiration for a military academy. But the tasks we were given in Keldic do seem to align themselves quite well with the Bracer's basic philosophy.
Yeah, I guess so. Their emblem depicts a supporting gauntlet, and that's pretty much exactly what we've been for these people. Bracers still have branches all over the continent, but you hardly ever see them in Erebonia anymore.
Well, you got me, which means...
How are we ever supposed to take her seriously when she says things like that, then conspicuously falls asleep?
Well, whether or not we did in fact get her, it still seems like bracers are somehow related to our activities here.
Not that Instructor Sarah is likely to come clean about our involvement anytime soon. I suppose until she does, all we can do is prepare ourselves in body and mind for our next field study.
Yeah.
Is there something else bothering you?
Oh, no. It's just, well, we've been in the same class for a month now, and this whole time I've been kind of keeping you in the dark.
What do you mean?
You aren't referring to the issue regarding your swordsmanship, I take it?
No, it's not that. It's something I've been hiding from you all this time, regarding my social class.
What?
Are you saying your family...
Yeah, I dodged the question when Machias asked.
For good reason.
But technically, I come from a family of nobles. My hometown is Ymir, in the northern mountains. I'm the son of its ruler, Baron Schwarzer.
You're from Ymir?
Schwarzer. Now that you mention it, I have heard the name before. An honorable family, closely tied with the imperial family themselves, despite being headed by a mere baron.
I never would have imagined you might be the son of a noble too.
I wouldn't have expected you to. I don't act like one.
Yeah, so they do a good thing. Reen is actually a noble. He was sort of keeping it on the down low. He goes like 4 weeks with the class. He's like, I can't do this anymore. Sorry, I gotta tell you guys. I like that he just volunteers that himself while they're sitting on a train together. Just like, no, this is the moment I'm doing it. It strikes me as really just real and normal. Like that's kind of how you should talk about stuff. You're
My dad and
bottling
mom
up.
are both quite easygoing individuals. They don't behave like your typical nobles at all. And technically, since I was adopted, I don't have any actual noble blood running through me. I'm upper class in name only.
So, you...
Sounds like you've got your own issues to deal with, just like the rest of us, huh?
I don't think of it as a big deal, and I don't want you to think of it as one either. I just didn't want to keep it a secret any longer.
Reen, you are a good boy.
After everything we've been through these past few days, I owe you guys that much. I mean, you're all going to be a major part of my life from here on out. It's only fair to share as much as I can with you, right?
How are you this good?
I don't know what to say.
You consider us to be major parts of your life?
Honestly, has anyone ever told you that you can be way too serious sometimes? Just be sure you reveal your true identity to the others when we get back, too.
Oh, I intend to.
Youth. Still, even discounting the strangely perfect timing of the railway military police, that ruler of the forest they ran into in the nature park. Seems to be a harbinger of something big happening behind the scenes.
I wasn't expecting the Icy Maiden to show up when she did.
So over the top.
We may need to adjust our plans to compensate for this interference.
That won't be necessary. This was not a significant setback. If anything, it provided an unexpected bonus, giving us a valuable glimpse into the means through which the RMP and Intelligence Division coordinate their efforts. With both organizations posing sizable threats to our operation, that information alone makes this all worthwhile.
A valid point. Should we proceed as planned, then?
Of course. The tyrant must yet face the merciless hammer of judgment.
Yes. May his lofty ambitions be crushed to dust and swept away.
Okay.
Ooh, you're moving up in the world.
Oh, here it is.
I've got a little reward here for you. Keep up the good work. Perfect. You guys are the best.
Damn, I didn't get the voice line. I'll freak out when it happens. It's really good. Okay, so I can't think of a better place to end off for tonight than that. We ended on a mysterious note of two mysterious people watching a train in the middle of the night. Apparently, you know, plots are afoot or something, but you know, that's over our heads. We're kids. Screw it. Oh my god. I thank you guys for watching. That's chapter 1 of this game actually. We're gonna hop on to chapter 2 next time. But yeah, I hope you had a good time. Let me swap screens. And then put my headphones on so I can actually hear the music. I'll swap this over to this. Nah, let's do this. This is our calm the hell down music. Okay. Let me just take a quick look through the Discords to see if there's anything. And oh my god. There is... oh my god. Lester 2020, I don't deserve this. This is great. This is wonderful. Here, let me swap this over to PC display. There we go. Okay, so we got some very, very nice fan art for the Market minigame. We've got Market Reen, we've got Market Elliot, we've got Market Laura, and we've got Market Elisa. Thank you so much. That's all I needed in my life. Yeah. No, I hope you guys had a really good time watching this. I had a blast playing it. Like, I love this game, and we're a good portion of the way through already. I think there's like 5 chapters, so yeah. Like, we're making good time. If you're interested in, like, keeping up with our stuff, keeping up with our TTRPG shows, etc., you can join our Discord. There's a link down in the description. This is the most coherent I've ever given this shill, and I'm proud of myself. I think this game just puts me in a good headspace. But yeah, no, I had a really good time playing this, and, we do lots of other fun things on the channel, like we do the Dark Souls Randomizer, not tomorrow. We do Lift, which is a great, great game, and oh my god, Zermi, thank you so much for the bits! This is like, thank you for your commentary and assistance. I've been keeping an eye on chat, even if I haven't been able to 100% respond. You guys have done a really good job keeping me company and entertained, even through all of this, like I hopefully have been doing for you. This is one of my favorite games, and like, this is one of those rare streams that afterwards I just feel content, happy, full of energy. Just, this is nice. Thank y'all so much. I hope you have a fantastic night, and thank you again for joining me. Have a good one, everybody. Goodbye.